And we've made it. And I think we should take note of that.
Yes,
we have made it through this week. And we've done it in style. Well, you've done it in style.
I mean, I can only speak for myself. It's serpi for me, you know?
Oh, it's
We're going
lovely,
a little
babe.
animal print today.
And perfect for the weekend. But you've been in this boss mode the whole week, and it's fine. I'm here for those kind of energies today, and I think we're going to sound off the best week in style today.
This is true. Happy Friday, Mzansi. Thank you so much for being here. Listen, this Women's Month, we're turning up the volume on stories that truly matter. Stories of fearless women who are not only breaking barriers, but building bold new paths in music, in media, in business, and of course, far beyond.
And taking others with them, and I think that's the most important element. So she is, and I say this with all due respect, a very young lady doing very big things. You'll understand why I've got such a cheeky smile on my face when I say big. Amy Chisink is in the house. Erin Elliott, the dynamic duo behind Pretty Loud. And they will get loud. It's going to be a party, and we absolutely love them. Perfect to sound off the week.
Come on. Women in music is my favorite genre. We're also celebrating voices of influence with Stacey Schilder, Nina Fenster, as well as Candice Manuel, three trailblazers redefining leadership, storytelling, and what impact truly looks like at the end of the day. Also, they look great. So it's a win for us.
The weekend loading again. And then, of course, Candice is sticking around to share her, let's call it, unfiltered take on some of the week's hottest entertainment headlines. A chance for us to all have a little bit of fun.
Yes, please.
Poke fingers at other people who are incredibly wealthy and famous and love it.
Or some controversial podcasts that we've all been seeing on TikTok, but we'll get into that a little bit later. But right now, let's get into a morning filled with inspiration, empowerment, and a whole lot of feel-good energy. So please stay with us for the next 3 hours.
I can't wait. And I'm going to ask you, before I let you get into your official duties, if I had to say, hit like a girl, would I be insulting you, or would I be pumping you up?
That's a challenge to other people. Let's go, baby.
I say that because I can remember having Crystal, who can bench press 200 kilograms in our studio. So I want to put something to you guys. Well, she preps for the news. You can head over to the socials and start thinking about this. This Women's Month, we are doing our utmost to rewrite the narrative. And we've introduced you to a host of incredible women who are doing just that. So here's the question. What stereotype about women would you like to see broken for good? Having grown up in an all-female household, when you talk about weakness, you know, I joke about hit like a girl, run like a girl. Well, I've been surrounded by incredible women who can do a lot more than I can for most of my life. So those sorts of comparisons just fall horribly short. What does that look like for you? Let's smash that glass ceiling. Let's do whatever we can to shift that narrative today. 063-036-9649. That's the line to use if you want to chat about anything on the show. We got you for 3 hours. We've got amazing entertainment and a lot of inspiration. And yes, the cold, hard facts. Let's bring you up to date with what went down yesterday, and then I'll delve into some of those sporting highlights as well.
Thank you so much, Graham. With just 3 minutes after 6 o'clock, let's get into your national news headlines, where President Cyril Ramaphosa held a phone call with U.S. President Donald Trump that happened on Wednesday to discuss trade. Now, the leaders agreed to continue engagement, recognizing the U.S. is amid several negotiations. Detailed talks will now proceed via their respective negotiating teams. Meanwhile, Ramaphosa yesterday also spoke to Russian President Vladimir Putin, who initiated the call to update him on peace efforts with Ukraine. Ramaphosa welcomed the briefing and reaffirmed South Africa's support for peace. Both leaders committed to strengthening bilateral ties. In other news in South Africa, Justice Minister Mameloko Kubai says Women's Month has become a celebration of survival, not success. Speaking at Prosecutor Tracy Brown's memorial in Gqeberha, Kubai condemned Brown's assassination outside her home, likely linked to corruption cases she handled. Now, Kubai described Brown as a champion of justice and gender-based violence cases. Quote, a win for her meant a life saved, end quote, she said. Kubai called for Women's Month to honor those fighting for a safer, just South Africa. Let's look further afield at your international news making headlines. Now we start off in Zambia, has rejected a U.S. Embassy health alert over pollution fears in the Copperbelt. Now the U.S. warned of water, soil and air contamination from a February mine trailing spill into the Kafua River. The embassy withdrew staff from Kitwe, citing health risks. But government spokesperson Cornelius Muitwa says pH levels were normal and the water is safe. Now, he denied public health or environmental risks, accusing the U.S. of causing unnecessary alarm. Authorities insist the situation is under control. Meanwhile, Japan recorded nearly 1 million more deaths than births last year, marking its biggest population decline since records began. Prime Minister Shigeru Ishiba called the trend a, quote, quiet emergency. Now, just 686,000 births were registered, the lowest since 1899. Meanwhile, 1.6 million people died. Elderly citizens now make up 30% of Japan's population. And despite free childcare and immigration incentives, the birth rate remains stubbornly low. Now, towns are emptying out and homes are abandoned as the nation faces an aging, shrinking workforce. Let's close off here. Every August, the Durban beachfront blooms with colour as the annual Sari Stroll brings together women from all walks of life. It's not just about the flowing silk or dazzling threads. It's about walking in unity, honouring shared virtues and celebrating diversity with grace and with joy. Co-founders Kimlesh Gounden and Natalie Lang dreamt up this now iconic event to reflect a proudly South African spirit. Now, this year's stroll takes place on the 10th of August, that's this coming Sunday, at the amphitheatre opposite Elangeni Hotel, starting at 9 a.m. with the walk beginning at 11 a.m. Now, come for the beauty, but stay for the meaning, and let every step tell a real beautiful story. Well, that is where we leave your 6 o'clock news for now. We'll touch base again at 7. But now, though, let's get into some sporting highlights.
Thank you so much, my friend. Let's start with some rugby news. And Springbok woman flanker and Bulls Daisies captain Lusanda Dumka is now stepping away from rugby due to health concerns. This is major. The 28-year-old with 33 test caps and 3 stints as a national captain recently led the Daisies to a third straight women's Premier Division title as well. Widely respected for her leadership and grit on the field, Dumka leaves a lasting legacy in South African women's rugby. She is certainly going to be missed. Now let's turn to football, and the 2025 Ballon d'Or will crown a new winner, with defending champion Rodri missing from the 30-player shortlist. So Paris Saint-Germain, they lead the nominations with 9 players. That, of course, after their dominant Champions League campaign. Notably absent are Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo. That's been a while. While Barcelona's Lamine Yamal at just 18 and then Robert Lewandowski at 36, they bookend the age spectrum. We love that element. The winner will be announced officially on the 22nd of September. And staying with footballing news, Barcelona have removed Marc-Andre ter Stegen as team captain due to a standoff over his injury classifications. So the club reportedly wanted the 33-year-old goalkeeper declared a long-term injury to ease financial fair play pressure by reducing his wage burden. But ter Stegen's refusal could now impact his future with the club, with La Liga sanctions now potentially including contract termination. So we'll certainly watch that space. Now let's get into tennis's world number 1. Jannik Sinner says his extended break after Wimbledon was the right call as he returns to action at the Cincinnati Open. The Italian, fresh from his 4th Grand Slam title, skipped tournaments to recover physically and mentally following a very taxing season. He'll defend his title this weekend using the event as preparation for the next big one, the US Open, later this month. And of course, yesterday we announced $5 million for the men and women at the top tier. So there's a lot loaded into this one as well. So best he be prepared. But that's where we leave our sporting highlights for now. We'll touch on those headlines again around 7. Let's see how the weather is going to treat us moving into the weekend.
Well, thank you, Graham. Let's see what the weather is giving us today. Right now, there are no severe weather warnings from the South African Weather Service today. However, in water-related news, Deputy President Paul Mashatile has officially handed over a massive 25-megaliter concrete reservoir to the Moretele local municipality, and that's in the northwest. Now, he led an outreach program aimed at tackling service delivery challenges. The new reservoir, the first of its kind in the area, supports President Ramaphosa's National Water Access Drive and also forms part of a 940 billion rand infrastructure investment to improve essential services. hopefully the first of many to come. But let's get into that sunrise view of the hour. And to get us kick-started on this Friday morning, representing Manenberg out in Cape Town, we have Jade sharing this gorgeous morning view. Now listen, you've captured this so beautifully. The colors of the sky are absolutely stunning, along with the silhouette of the tree with the mountain in the background. Definitely a picture of note. Thank you so much, Jade, for giving us a reason to smile on this Friday. And listen, 18 degrees is what you can experience on your side of town. And also that's a prompt to you, Mzansi, on 0630369649. That is how you get in touch with your morning views as we get into your temperatures for the first time on this Friday.
Look at that. Dressed like this, looking at sunrise views like this, I feel privileged to have you in studio today. I feel like you could be gallivanting across the continent, doing amazing things, as you should. No, but I think we are glad that you are going to be sticking around, and likewise you guys at home, because we got you for 3 hours and we're going to have some fun.
Oh my gosh, listen, a winner needs to be announced, and yes, it could just be you. If you have entered that competition for the Huawei Fit 4 watch, then we could just be saying your name in a couple of minutes. We're going to build up some anticipation, because look how good that looks. Can I get one too?
Look at that. Absolutely beautiful. We are going to officially get your weekend started, introducing you to an incredible human being who is flying very high, and I mean that literally. Good morning, Michaela. We're going to get into, well, you kind of see the moment behind her as it is all unfolding. We are here for, well, all South Africans doing amazing things, but young woman, I think, literally smashing the glass ceiling in this space with her body. And we are here for that. Now we'll introduce you to this phenom in just a moment. Stick around.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. I think you can see how excited I am and this Feel Good family are to introduce you to this incredible young human being right now. In celebration of Women's Month, we are spotlighting young South African women who are rising to the top, literally. And Michaela Spector is leading the way. At just 16 years old, Michaela cleared 1.7 meters. I think that's about how tall she is, in fact, to win gold in the women's under-20 high jump at the African Union Sports Council Region 5 Games, and it is massive. Competing against athletes from 10 other countries, she delivered a stellar performance that proves she's not just one to watch, she's already one of the best. A proud moment, obviously, for South African sports, but I think a shining example of an incredible young woman. Can we give her a round of applause before she literally takes off from the couch? Michaela, congratulations.
Thank you.
I love moments like this because we love to put our whole country on your shoulders right now, but this is an individual achievement that it would have taken a lot to get there. Let's talk about that moment. 1.7, does that terrify you? Does it excite you? What did it feel like when that moment arrived?
So last year I made my personal best of 181. So I knew I could jump it. It was a really good moment to come first. Like my first international competition, it felt amazing.
Is there something that happens, a switch that flicks? How do you get yourself into that zone? Because when you watch, especially with those rhythmic elements, something like a long jump and a high jump, you've got to get into a mode. What goes through your mind to zone out? I mean, you're in a full stadium, you've got some of the best athletes in the world watching you do this. How do you get into that lane?
So before I jump, I visualize everything that I must do to jump. Before I jump, I normally lay on the floor and I close my eyes. I think of the steps, how I must lift, how I must arch my back, everything that goes through my mind, and I kind of zone out everything else and just focus on that jump in order to make it over.
That's incredible. And then that feeling when you do get it right, and we're watching it happen there, like a little hair flick, just to make it a little extra dramatic, but very little massive celebration or anything like that. It's just like every day. But you've got to achieve these successes as much as the failures.
Yes.
How do you get back up when you knock that bar? When you don't? Do you feel destroyed every time, or are you able to brush those minor kind of knocks off? How do you handle it?
It does. It feels bad, like jumping it off, but at the same time, it teaches me what to improve, what to do to make it over the next time. So when I jump it off, I'm like, okay, it is what it is. Next competition, I'll just do better.
Oh, I'd love to meet your parents. I reckon they are very grounded, because you are very, very grounded. And I say that with all due respect. At 16 years old, to be competing on this level is a lot. Does it feel like pressure for you in that sense? How do you grapple with that side? Because we put our whole country's expectations on you now.
It is, my nerves, like the nerves when I'm jumping, all those big competitions, it gets to me sometimes, like the mental blocks about diet and all of this. So I just think, oh, I can do it. I believe in myself. I must believe in myself in order to do it. So I just do it.
And get on with it.
Yes,
and I love that.
jump.
And that's kind of the South African woman's way. And I say that from having grown up in an all-female household where you've just got to do it. We don't have a choice. You got to get up, you got to get out, you got to go and do it. There are going to be some major challenges ahead. I know this. And to ask you what you want to do with your future at this age is quite a difficult question, because I would imagine lots of doors are opening. But where do you want to take this? Do you feel like you could go to the Olympics, for instance? Is that the goal? Because surely it's on the table, man.
If I put in the work, I think I could make it there. I want to do the Olympics and all those big competitions. I want to get a new personal best. I want to do better. So I think if I really want to, I can achieve it.
I think you found the algorithm now, and you just keep applying that. You know it's going to happen. To other young girls that might be not talking to themselves in this way, might not have that kind of narrative in their head, and aren't going after those big dreams because they see the barriers instead of the opportunities, what do you have to say to them?
I say, don't give up. If you really want to work for it, what you put in is what you get out. So even though there's tough times, there's injuries, there's things don't always go your way, just if you really want it, go for it. Don't give up.
Just do it,
Yes.
man. Start a group, chat to her, get some advice firsthand. Maybe I can get some advice from you right now, because I think there are a lot of adults that could learn from you in the sense of how you keep balance. And she's here, ready to go to school so that you can play in a netball match later today, because that's just how you're wired. To keep balance, to stay just a kid, and you are, which is amazing, doing very grown-up things. How do you find that balance?
So I just go to school, do the best I can there, go to the gym, train, and just try to make everything balanced while still having free time for myself and all of this.
I love it. Again, I say well done to your parents, because they must be grounded. You are an incredibly grounded person, which is quite ironic, seeing as how high off the ground you go. I'm sorry, the puns will become thick and fast today, but you absolutely warranted. Congratulations.
Thank you, thank you.
And I know, I'm sorry we're putting the hopes of the nation on your shoulders, but you can't do this well and not expect it. So well done. Thank you so much for
Thank
giving us an
you.
amazing
Thank
moment.
you.
Oh, Michaela Spector is going to be doing amazing things. So as I always say, certainly in sport, we will watch this space. But thank you for helping us celebrate Women's Day or Women's Month on a whole different level. Literally 1.7. Incredible.
Well, listen, we're all about celebrating winners and champions on the show this morning. It's your feel-good breakfast show for a reason, and that is why we have to get into some good news. With the all-new Huawei Watch Fit 4 series that's officially landed in South Africa. And to celebrate, we gave one lucky viewer the chance to win a stylish smartwatch from the range. And when I say stylish, I mean it.
They are beautiful.
Wow.
But, the level of functionality is off the charts on this entire range, but this is a special one and it's beautiful. So to enter, all you had to do was head to our social media platforms and answer this very simple question. We wanted to know this. So tell us why you think the titanium alloy design of the Huawei Watch Fit 4 Pro is such a game changer. And just saying that sentence, yeah, it must be a game changer.
It must be a game changer. Listen, we were blown away by all of the responses.
I will test the titanium.
Oh, let's take it to the next level.
But I think you guys were ready for this one, sure.
But listen, at the end of the day, there can only be one winner. So please roll in the drum roll as we go for...
I'll do my best.
Amanda Kluter! Yes, Amanda, congratulations, and definitely a worthy winner. The comment alone tells you that. They said the titanium alloy design of the Huawei Watch 4 Pro is a game changer. It's lightweight, it's durable, and it is stylish.
Oh, and she said it's tough enough for workouts, sleek enough for the boardroom. I like that. Hashtag Huawei Watch Fit 4 series. Hashtag tough as titanium.
Right.
And of course, hashtag Expresso show, which is where she finds herself right now. A very good morning. How are you, winner? I think this morning she is going to be greeting her day on a different level.
A new smile, a new life.
And a little something new on the arm. But she is absolutely on the money. Titanium alloy design, incredible. The titanium alloy makes it super lightweight, yet incredibly strong and durable. So it's built to last while still looking sleek and stylish, because it is fashion forward. It is a statement, yeah?
And it's also functional with a vibrant 1.82-inch AMOLED display. You're getting a stunning 1.82-inch AMOLED display that's bright, crisp, and responsive, perfect for checking notifications, health stats, or even workouts at a glance.
Your mood. That's my favorite thing. If you're not...
Graham, smile right now.
Yeah, I know. You're making me feel a little bit neutral. Let's just up the game a little bit. And then the long battery life is a game changer. I forget to charge my phone or, my watch all the time, and it's the same for the Fit 4. It offers all-day health tracking, built-in GPS that is so astute, and then a battery life of up to, get this, 10 days.
Wow.
So you can stay connected, you can stay active on top of your wellness goals without constantly recharging or checking out.
Because that's the thing that will really put you off. 10 days is incredible. So congratulations once again
Well
to our
done.
winner, Amanda Kluter. We really hope that you enjoy every moment with your brand new Huawei Watch Fit 4 Pro. From fitness tracking to that sleek titanium style, it really is the perfect combination of both smart and also stylish. Oh, she's going to look good.
She is. And the colors, though.
Ooh, let's talk about it. Well, lots to come your way on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Listen, we just got started out of those starting blocks, and then we still need to touch base with ABSA, with all that they're doing to contribute to the entrepreneurs of the future of South Africa.
Because I think we know, the small to medium-sized business, that is our economy. At least that's where we need to go. We'll plug you into that opportunity after this.
Oh, you can make my day.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It is Expresso right here on S3. And of course, it's August, which means that this Women's Month, it's a time to honor the voices shaping our nation. And few have done so with the depth and also consistency of broadcaster and journalist Tshepiso Makwetla. Now, with over 2 decades of experience, Tshepiso has reported on political and social conflicts across our continent, interviewed presidents, and brought the continent's most complex stories into our homes right here. So beyond the headlines, she's also a passionate MNCH and WCAH activist advocating for maternal, newborn, child and adolescents' health, especially around childbirth. Now, her advocacy work, philanthropy and mentorship of future journalists reflect a career of not just asking the hard questions, but standing up for the vulnerable. And today she joins us from Channel Africa at the SABC to reflect on her legacy, her work in women's health, and the importance of using media to shift the conversation. So Tshepiso, welcome. Thank you for being here.
Morning. Thank you for inviting me.
Of course, my fellow broadcaster, but of course doing the absolute most all the time. Now, we know that you have reported on so many complex stories throughout the 2 decades that you've honored the country in the way that you have. I'm really curious about your personal passion, though, and the angle that you've chosen to steer your work in, especially when it comes to children's health in your journalism career, and of course, adolescent health and childbirth.
So in 2014, I became an ambassador for a health program called Mom Connect at the National Department of Health, and that was exactly 5 years after I'd had a fresh stillborn. So that's how I became a public health activists, particularly around maternal and newborn child health, and later on adolescent health as well. And it was about preventing further maternal and newborn mortalities. And we've seen child mortality as well. So what really struck me was the fact that when we occupy the spaces that we do, as you and I do, we forget about the privilege. And it's a privilege, really, to be able to shape conversations, to drive them. And there's obviously a level of hubris when one becomes accustomed, and it's not intentional, but for some they're very ignorant of it, that you actually are there for a public service. And there's also an impression that people get that you're beyond certain challenges, certain difficulties.
Right.
And when it happened to me, I mean, I've been doing all the right things. And it literally was what we describe in this space as a preventable death. My OBGYN decided that blood glucose levels of 17 were actually nothing to bat an eyelid at, and I had a fresh stillborn, something that I had to learn and read about. So it led me to understanding science-based evidence on something that ought to really be as routine as having a healthy pregnancy.
Wow.
So I realized that I'm somebody who's exposed, and not just, I don't have the resources in terms of medics, but people in the public health space, but just being able to talk to people who could guide me. What about the women out there who don't have access to information, who don't have access to public healthcare institutions, who either live far or don't even have the money to have their monthly checkups, then their weekly checkups? So I realized that the responsibility of what we do comes with that, mirroring the experiences of what women and children, unfortunately we're talking about adolescent girls right now who go through that.
Right, right. And thank you for the work that you do. I'm really sorry that you had to experience that, but you've really taken a challenging moment and turned it around in service of other people, which is so incredibly beautiful. You know, often when we talk about certain data and statistics, we get lost in the numbers, but we're talking about real people at the end of the day. So as a broadcaster, how do you humanize this? How do you cross over into that space of going, okay, you're more than just a percentage, a number. I'm talking about me, I'm talking about you.
And you know, that's what I found particularly challenging in this space of being a public healthcare activist, particularly MNSCH, particularly in WICA. as a Gates Foundation gatekeeper, which is how I came onto your radar, because I've become a gatekeeper since 2023, and being in this community has exposed me to a lot of people who do incredible work, not only in the science, academia, but just also in civil society, etc. But what I realized is, as a journalist, I thought what I've always enjoyed personally is that human touch, speaking to people, getting the personal experiences. So, as I said, I realized I had mine to tell, but people are readily easily to listen to you because they see your face, they hear your voice. But what about somebody who doesn't have access to somebody like you and I? So I really have tried, but I found that also very difficult, because even now when I say to my fellow colleagues that if you look at the SDGs, SDG 3 is what I work in, that 49% of countries are still far off their targets, particularly when we talk about maternal mortality. I think it's 56% for child mortality. They don't see the human face of it. When we talk about financial aid cuts, or what we see in the funding cuts in the health space, people are more interested in discussing the politics, the policies behind it, how we go. But what about the women and children who are dying as a result of preventable deaths? If we're talking about nutrition, for instance, teenage pregnancies, lack of family planning, etc. So there are myriad reasons. And the social ills that we don't deal about. We can't talk about a 10-year-old who falls pregnant and we say it was as a result of consensual sex.
Right. Okay, so then what is the responsibility of media, of the space that you and I are in? What can we do better, more? How can you challenge South Africa, to take this on and be the steward of these conversations, perhaps?
I think just remembering that if it's not happening to me, it certainly is happening to somebody that I know. It's happening in my community. So as a human being, I think we bear the responsibility to be part of a system that helps women and children and adolescent girls. For instance, as I speak about those social ills, when we talk about sexual assault, it starts somewhere and it continues for a period of time. It's never a once-off. So we bear that responsibility, you and I, of speaking out and protecting vulnerable communities. And unfortunately, now we're even talking about the elderly. But when we talk about things like healthcare workers, they are under strain, but it still baffles me to see that women are dying in public healthcare institutions waiting for hours without service. Women are dying during childbirth because of lack of attention. Institutions are not clean enough or providing nutritional services where we see maternal and newborn death. So all of these things are preventable. So I'm saying you as a professional, you and I as community members, we can do something. And as broadcasters, you know, it's great to lead with those salacious stories and talk about Uban what influence or what they've done. And yes,
is a time and a place.
We work in an era of information on demand, but we do bear the moral responsibility of saving lives, because we can't be saving the lives of those we know. But as members of a community that we're trying to build to thrive, there are simple things that I think that we can do.
Wow, and I hope that that was definitely a call to action for all of those with a platform to do more and do better, and definitely take a page out of your book. Tafisa, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for inviting me.
You've been incredible, and the work that you're doing in the advocacy, health and broadcasting space is definitely stellar, and we can't wait to see you succeed even more than you already have. Happy Women's Month.
Happy Women's Month to you and everybody there.
100%. Thank you.
Oh, absolutely love that. So let's continue with passion and purpose right now and inject some commerce. Africa's future is being written by the hands of bold entrepreneurs, and thankfully so. And ABSA have celebrated those entrepreneurs at the ABSA Festival of Entrepreneurship. So let's take a look inside the festival that shines a light on inclusive growth across Africa. And Kyle's got a front row seat.
Welcome to the ABSA Festival of Entrepreneurship, a platform that promotes innovation, investment, and inclusive growth across Africa. And today is one of those special days because we get to dive into the stories of the entrepreneurs that are shaping Africa's future today.
Our job is to change people's life. Our job is to build infrastructure. Our job is to educate. So when you do that to the society, you start having, a society that is very active.
Why do you believe festivals like this are so important for transforming businesses and entrepreneurship potential?
Firstly, I think for a bank like ourselves, as we pride ourselves as a bank of entrepreneurs, we could not miss this opportunity. I think the platform that has been created for us is the right one, where we gather, innovators, funders, big entrepreneurs in the room. I think as a financier, we have taken a deliberate, decision to be in the room so that we can share what we are seeing, we can influence the thinking, but we can also listen, from the entrepreneurs and what they actually go to. We know that most of the challenges are into access to finance, access to market, and some of the non-financial support that we think we can actually mature. So being here as a bank for us is very important because it changes, people's life.
A platform like this is important for growing businesses because it's a place where you can actually get B2B opportunities. It's where also young entrepreneurs can get leads so that they can actually make sure that they grow their business. You never know who you're going to come across in an event like this. There's venture capitalists, there's also other people who are just looking for young people to plow their seed money into to make sure that they grow. So as AFI, we saw this is a great opportunity for the young designers that we work with from across the continent.
What inspired us to attend this festival of events is we wanted to showcase more of what Advanotech, which is us, can do, what we offer, our IoT services, and how we can integrate with different setups that are available here, like fashion industries, financial institutes get to see more of what type of investment companies are here, which can help us support our business.
How do you believe ABSA is playing its role in transferring small and medium businesses onto a global stage?
I think the role that we're playing, I cannot emphasize that role enough. I wish we can do more, and we are doing more. Last year, we started looking at different groups in the market. We launched our flagship women proposition and youth proposition. We've seen great success in terms of how women has actually responded in terms of that, proposition. Just being an entrepreneur and a woman in youth space, it's very challenging. But we are addressing those things together, we partner with them. And we are taking that not only in South Africa, we are taking it in the entire African continent. Whether you go to Zambia, you go to Kenya, you'll start seeing, us writing the story the way we want it, because we believe that we've got a bigger role to play, as a bank. So that for us is a position we have taken, that we want to play in that space. We want to make sure that entrepreneurs feel the support that a bank like ourselves is in the forefront of championing entrepreneurship.
From bold ideas to lasting impact, the ABSA Festival of Entrepreneurs makes sure that your story really matters. And ABSA sees your story also and are always at the ready to help you build your future.
Oh, I love that. Action where it matters most. That was a true celebration of vision, of grit, just like an entrepreneur. A huge thanks to ABSA for telling these stories and creating those boundless possibilities.
All right, allow us right now to get pretty loud. loud, okay? We need to make some noise for incredible things that's going down in the music industry in South Africa. Of course, led and at the helm of it is two incredible women, and we get to sit down with them in just a little bit. We've got Amy and Erin here, and I can't wait to get to the minds, the pink matter behind everything that does matter at the end of the day when it comes to our wonderful industry and what the future of that looks like. And then we get into the kitchen to make some delicious bread dippers, because what do we love? Carbs. And what do we also love? Music. That combination will come your way after this.
Only you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. And if no one has said it to you, happy Women's Month, okay? It's a beautiful time to be a woman in Mzansi. And right now we're getting ready to turn up the volume with two trailblazers who are shaking up the South African music scene. We've got Amy Chasink as well as Erin Elliott, the powerhouse duo behind Pretty Loud. Now this is a bold, game-changing artist hub that's rewriting the rules for independent women in music. From their vibrant Cape Town studio, which we can't wait to talk about, that they're creating beats in, they're creating moments as well, and definitely a movement that you've got to take note of. And today they're here to share the story behind the sound. So please help me in giving them a feel-good welcome. Woo! Welcome, girls. You see, we got loud for you. That's the order of the day, I think, right?
Yes.
Let's get loud. Let's make some noise.
And pretty.
And pretty. We're here for it. Let's get pretty loud. Okay, welcome, Erin. Welcome, Amy.
Thank
We've got to get
you.
into this conversation because it's amazing. I think that what you have on your shirts, what you have on your cap, getting pretty loud, it's a statement. I think it's a movement as well that we've got to put on out there. So what does this mean to the both of you, and why did you decide to go for this phrase?
You can answer, Amy. Come on.
Okay. So we just felt it was really important to create a supportive environment for women in the music industry, somewhere where we could grow together, build something together, create a safe space for us to create music, content, rehearse, anything that we could build and grow together and create that safe and pink pretty space for girls.
I love that, because there is something about girlhood that is just so special to us. When we're in a room together, different conversations happen, different vibes happen, and different magic also at the end of the day comes to be. So tell me more about how this works. So it is a creative artist hub, but you guys have created a membership model, which I don't really think we've seen in the music industry before. So Erin, how does this work?
So we are wanting to create a community. So more than the services, so we're going to be doing music production, rehearsal space, content creation. We've got these beautiful booths and infinity curves and everything there, and it's a safe, cool space to be. But we wanted to create a community above everything else. So we've created our memberships so that our members can get exclusive discounts on all of our services. But in addition to that, we're going to be doing monthly co-writes. So getting all those girls that are members together into the studio, doing quick 30-minute writing sessions. We're going to be doing content days every month, and we're wanting to do industry Q&As and workshops exclusively for our members. So bringing in, you know, the people that you might not, if you're just starting out in music, you might not have access to that person, but we want to give our members access to those people.
We want to give them the tools that maybe we didn't have 10 years ago to elevate themselves. And that's essentially what the membership's going to bring. So we're going to say, cool, you don't need to go through the 10 years that we went through. Here it is on a plate. Go make magic. Go show the rest of the world what South Africa's got to offer.
Because I just feel like gatekeeping is so like 2008.
Oh, yes.
Like, let's leave that behind, right?
Exactly.
Let's open the opportunities and open the ways as well. So thank you so much for doing this for the next gen of music artists too. But specifically when it comes to the industry, I think that whether it's broadcasting, entertainment, music, there definitely are gaps in the industry that we all look at it and go, there's something I could do here. So what do you guys see that was missing?
I mean, girls on the lineup. Why are there not more girls on the lineup at the festivals?
Girls on the radio.
Yeah, like we get on the radio, but there's not a lot of us on the radio. There's not a lot of us on the charts.
And it's not for lack of artists. It's about creating the opportunities and you know, giving us a level playing field and saying, you know, we kind of had to do a deep dive and we had to be, well, why aren't there more girls on the radio? And for a while I used to think, oh, it's because, you know, boys and blah, blah.
Right.
But the real reason is because from a very young age, we're pushed a certain direction. So we want to give girls the tools, learn what it's like to work in production, learn how to self-produce your songs so that you can allocate your budget into the marketing. So you can spend the money to get on the radio, spend the money to do your PR campaigns instead of like blowing your entire budget on, because I mean, it's so easy.
It's easy. Blow it on the wardrobe and then you're done. And you're like, I look good, but the business acumen's not around that.
And I think a lot of the feedback that we get when you do speak to event organizers and that, they just say, oh, well, you know, they don't have enough following or they don't. But the thing is, you're not giving girls the opportunity to create that following by performing at these big festivals and giving them main stage slots. They're giving them small stage slots, but not giving them main stage evening slots on the Saturday. So we want to create those opportunities and work with event organizers.
Last night.
The video footage is from last night. We had 120 girls there. It was incredible.
Yeah.
It was incredible.
So we have that stage so that they can promote themselves, film their content, put on a showcase together.
Grow their confidence as well.
And then the 2 recording studios, that's where we will have our sessions where we can write and guide people and be like, cool, so you want a radio-friendly song? This is what we would recommend.
Right.
You don't care about radio? Cool, then we're going to go this direction. So, yeah, it's just very
It's a very
exciting.
special space, and the energy in there, from the day we walked in there and wanted the lease, the energy was so good, and everything just felt aligned, and we decided to go for it.
Yes, I love that.
Boss babes.
Boss babes. Let's get more of this coming through. Also, I can't wait till you see Amy's pink guitar as well. I think it's really going to just send it to the top for you. I know that Durban's calling now, Joburg's calling. They're saying, when are we getting our own Pretty Loud studios?
Okay, I'll let Erin cover that.
Yeah, we are working on making sure that our membership, that we do things virtually as well.
Ooh.
So we already had a couple girls fly in from Joburg to attend the launch because people are so interested in this. And I just think there's such a need. The reaction has been unbelievable. Like, we just launched yesterday, and to have this many girls this excited about it. So yes, we are getting all of those questions on our DMs about Durban and Joburg.
Yeah.
So our focus then is just making sure that we can try and make it accessible virtually as much as possible.
Thank you, guys. Can I just say, the little girl in me, the adult girl in me is just so excited about this, and I can't wait to come and stop by. Listen, I'll just sing a song because I can, okay? I'm not a singer, but I will sing for you. Let's get pretty loud every single day of the year. Thank you for your work, and in a bit, we get to see them perform.
Carissa, it gives me great pleasure to say you're already pretty loud, girl. I think you've embraced the community already well. Before they make us look completely useless on that side of the studio, just being so effective and amazing, let's prove our worth in the kitchen. And making your own bread dippers has never been easier and more fun. And the results are so much more satisfying than anything store-bought, I promise you. So whether you're putting together a weekend platter for game day, prepping for a party, or maybe just treating yourself to something delicious, that craving when it bites, these homemade dippers are guaranteed to impress. And I love the notion of using bread, particularly sourdough, which I love, and I think it's made it onto the table as a carbohydrate, okay, which you must know. Okay, it's literally made the cut. I am nervous for this, Carissa. I'm a little bit nervous because we've got puff pastry and I need to do the thing without it sticking.
That's you. That's your job.
That's me, girl. I'm going to take it on. So I'm going to be creating some beautiful little cheese twisties, a bit of garlic, a bit of unctuousness, niceness,
Yes.
dripping cheese in the middle, going to be amazing, and crispy on the outside. You can smell them already cooking.
Listen, that's what actually brought me into your space.
You know, like in a cartoon where they
Yes,
just
just
like follow
following
the
the
smell. So you're going to be doing, I'm going to call them bruschetta fingers.
Wow.
So you're going to create a beautiful kind of little dip here to soak, almost a bread marinade. We have got some olive oil. We've got some garlic paste there, which is great. We've got a nice Italian herb mix, some parmesan, a little bit of salt and pepper, and you're going to slice those guys up, get as many of those little slices as dipped as you can, and then you can pop them on your baking tray while I do my best not to butcher our cheese twisties. And the nice thing is this is quite a forgiving kind of look in the end, as we say rustic, so don't stress. And we're not going to overcomplicate things, okay? We're using one strip, we're going to roll it out, and then we're going to fold it in two, pretty much, okay?
That's it.
But we want to make sure that it's filled with all the lovely, delicious stuff. And
so you've got more cheese on your side.
yeah,
too.
and the longest roll of pastry that's ever. We're going to break a marimba world record with this pastry. Hang on. Okay, that's looking good. And there's nothing wrong with store-bought in this sense, eh? Ain't nobody be rolling out dough for days.
No
okay, we have got
ways.
lift off. And now we're going to just gently pop this guy down here. And we are winning at life. So I've got a bit of egg wash to help me seal, but I'm going to kind of measure halfway through and then start loading.
Yeah, the loading is my favorite part.
Yeah, because the cheese rules. Okay, we're using a nice strong cheddar here because it's got a beautiful flavor profile. For me, it gets quite nutty and it's lekker. It's a nice developed cheese. But you can do something a little less hectic, something like a mozzarella.
Mozzarella, that's what I was
nice.
imagining. Imagine this with soup. Oh my gosh.
Ooh.
Dipping into the tomato
me and
soup.
cheesy dippers
Yeah.
and tomato soup. Now you're understanding the way my brain works.
Oh, I get
girl.
it.
Okay, that's looking good. I think a little bit of spice because we can.
Yeah.
I'm going to just not hold back.
Amazing, great. That looks really good, actually.
Yeah, I know this is coming together.
Why did I say actually? Like I'm surprised.
I almost made our chicken again yesterday, but I didn't want to ruin the moment for myself because I enjoyed our chicken. We made the most amazing chicken yesterday.
That chicken was, I dreamt about it, actually.
Okay, I'm going to add a little bit of parmesan on the inside as well because parmesan is just amazing.
It's life.
It's the funkiest of all the cheeses. Okay, I think that's looking pretty good.
It is.
I'll put a little bit on the
Good
outside just
ratio.
because it's lekker.
Yeah.
Okay, and then we've got our egg wash. And we are literally
I'm trying to do this and take notes because I really want to
Yeah, don't worry. You can scan the QR code and just kind of do it with us at home right now. Now, please do. And show us how good yours is.
Yes.
Think of it as a competition and we are challenging you.
Exactly.
So beat us. Show us how amazing your weekend is going to be because of the treats that are coming. Also share what you're going to do this weekend.
I would love to see. This is definitely a weekend kind of treat.
Yeah.
But then I feel like I would put this in the air fryer for a snack too, you know?
Ooh, I like that. I often, to make use, I joke about leftover bread, but my kids, when they aren't feeding crusty, because often kids don't like crusts,
Okay.
I'll do something like this. Create like a bruschetta or little bread dippers that they can...
They wouldn't know.
If you've got a good butter, you are winning. Okay, so I'm pressing the edges now. And I'm going to squish this down just a little bit just to get the air out of it so it doesn't explode. And then we're going to cut it into slices and twist.
Oh, I see. Okay.
You dig it?
Okay.
Okay, albeit I probably used a little more flour than I needed to.
It's okay.
But it's okay.
It's a Portuguese roll now.
Exactly. So now I've turned it around, so I'm going to get a nice lengthways. And I think I'm going to do it about... that fat. And again, it's up to you. If you want super chunky, if you want like super thin and crispy, I ain't judging. But you can see from that cross section just how amazing. I'm going to do 2 out of this one. There we go.
So good. I want to also
do you want to twist?
one.
Go for it. Twist, and then we just place on our tray.
Okay, you twist and then I'll see what you do.
I'm just going to go all the way around. It's going to drip. It's going to be unctuous. It's going to be great.
That makes
Look
it
at that,
better.
eh? Oh, you're twisting. You're good.
Because I go both ways.
You are the twisty queen, okay? And then we can pop those onto our baking tray. You preheat your oven at about 180 degrees. While you continue to twist those,
I will do
I've got a little
exactly
surprise.
that.
I've got a little surprise for you.
I love surprises.
Maybe I don't want to burn my hands off again, he says. I do. I think this is why temperament is so vitally
this is the
important.
best surprise
Look at that.
ever. That's That looks fantastic.
It really does look amazing. So you see what I'm saying? You get the crunchy bits. I'd almost sprinkle some more cheese on top of those guys.
Oh, I'm going to do that.
What I'm, excuse me, running around like a headless chicken here. I'm going to grab these two guys. And look at that. It took us all of about 10 minutes. I think we were about 12 minutes in the oven.
Oh, I'm adding this to my list of weekend things for
now think of, like, push the boat out, a little bit of rosemary with rock
thyme.
salt, some chili and lime zest, something like that. Look how beautiful it is.
Great job, Gray.
Look at that. Well, well done to you and well done to our amazing kitchen team, Kel. Thank you so much. And there you have it. You are creating your own absolute feast, whether it's for a game, for a party, or just for yourself. You have earned it. We'll see you on the other side.
Okay, now we get a bite,
Look at the crispiness.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Listen, we've had a jam-packed first hour. It's been so much fun, cooking and music, and we'll get into more of that in just a bit. For now, though, it's just gone the top of the hour. Let's get into your national news headlines. Now, we start out here where KwaZulu-Natal police arrested over 12,000 people last month in a massive crime clampdown. Nearly 3,750 arrests were for violent crimes like murder, attempted murder, and assault. Over 200 suspects face murder charges. Another 93 were arrested for rape, with more than 70 linked to other sexual crimes. Now, there were 204 arrests for breaching domestic violence laws, and 519 motorists were caught drunk driving. Over 2,000 drug-related arrests were also made. Now, police also seized 331 illegal firearms and 16,000 rounds of ammunition. In other news in the country, President Cyril Ramaphosa held a phone call with U.S. President Donald Trump on Wednesday to discuss trade. Now, the leaders agreed to continue engagement, recognizing the U.S. is amid several negotiations. Detailed talks will now proceed via their respective negotiating teams. Meanwhile, Ramaphosa yesterday also spoke to Russian President Vladimir Putin, who initiated the call to update him on peace efforts with Ukraine. Ramaphosa welcomed the briefing and reaffirmed South Africa's support for peace. Both leaders committed to strengthening bilateral ties. In your international news-making headlines, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has proposed a military occupation of the entire Gaza Strip. Now, his aim is to dismantle Hamas and create a security buffer, with the territory to be handed over to unspecified Arab governing forces, but not annexed by Israel. Pending approval from the Security Cabinet, this proposal has ignited internal dissent, particularly from military leaders concerned about putting Israeli hostages at risk. Now, it has also sparked international alarm amid Gaza's mounting humanitarian crisis, worsening shortages of food, water, and medical supplies as conflict continues. Meanwhile, in news on the continent, Zambia has rejected a U.S. Embassy health alert over pollution fears in the Copperbelt. Now, the U.S. warned of water, soil, and air contamination from a February mine tailings spill into the Kafue River. The embassy withdrew staff from Kitwe, citing health risks, but government spokesperson Cornelius Muitwa said pH levels were normal and the water is safe. and he denied public health or environmental risks, accusing the US of causing unnecessary harm. Authorities insist the situation is under control. In closing up your 7 o'clock news, a viral clip claiming The Simpsons predicted Donald Trump's death in August 2025 has set social media alight, but fact-checked quickly debunked. It is a hoax. Despite this, the show's reputation for uncanny predictions remains strong. Now, back in 1995, The Simpsons featured Lisa's fiancé using a smartwatch long before such devices even existed. Then, in 1998, the show joked about 20th Century Fox, a division of Walt Disney, which became a reality when Disney acquired Fox a while later. Now, these moments highlight how the iconic cartoon blends sharp satire and surprising foresight, sparking wonder among fans worldwide. Probably not Donald Trump, though. That is where we leave your 7 o'clock news. On that note, let's get into some sporting highlights with Graham.
Thank you so much, my friend. Let's start with, well, heartbreaking news, really, as we enter into the Springbok women's camp. And Springbok woman flanker and Bulls Daisies captain Lusanda Dumka is stepping away from rugby due to health concerns. The 28-year-old, with 33 test caps and 3 stints as national captain, recently led the Daisies to a 3rd straight Women's Premier Division title. She is obviously widely respected for her leadership and grit on the field, I think. Dumka leaves a lasting legacy in South African women's rugby, a custodian through a critical phase as they now achieve so much based on that platform. Incredible. Now let's turn on to football, and it's a big one. The 2025 Ballon d'Or will crown a new winner. That's official, with defending champion Rodri missing from the 30-player shortlist. So Paris Saint-Germain, they lead the nominations, understandably, with 9 players after their dominant Champions League campaign. They're notably absent are Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo, the usual suspects. While Barcelona's Lamine Yamal, I think he has a shoe in there at just 18, and then Robert Lewandowski at 36. They book in the age spectrum, which is great. The winner will be announced officially on the 22nd of September. I'm going to say Lamal's going to take some beating this year. Now, let's stay with footballing news. And Barcelona have removed Marc-Andre ter Stegen as team captain due to a standoff over his injury classification. We haven't seen this very often. So the club reportedly wanted the 33-year-old goalkeeper declared a long-term injury to ease financial fair play pressure by reducing his wage burden. But ter Stegen's refusal could now impact his future, with La Liga sanctions potentially including contract termination. Now let's get back into tennis as world number 1 Jannik Sinner gets back onto court. He says his extended break after Wimbledon was the right call as he returns to action at the Cincinnati Open. The Italian, fresh from his 4th Grand Slam title, skipped tournaments to recover physically and mentally following a very taxing season. And he'll defend his title this weekend, using the event as preparation for the next big one, the US Open, later this month. And of course, a lot more in it this year. The prize pool, I think, for the winner moving up from $3.7 million to $5 million, and that's for the men's and women's draw. We like the side of that as well. So that's where we leave our sport for now. Let's get into the roads.
Well, checking in with your roads this morning out in Cape Town, there are misty conditions over the greater part of Cape Town, so please do maintain a safe following distance and, of course, ensure your headlights are switched on when you head on out. What's happening in KZN out in Pietermaritzburg? Well, there is a stationary vehicle on the N3 southbound after the ramp from New England Road. Now, the left lane is currently closed, so drive carefully and, of course, approach with caution if that is part of your morning commute. That's where we leave your roads for now. Let's check in with what's happening with your weather. In your weather news, there are no severe weather warnings from the South African Weather Service today. However, in water-related news, Deputy President Paul Mashatile has officially handed over a massive 25 megalitre concrete reservoir, and that is to the Moretele local municipality out in the northwest. Now, we led an outreach program aimed at tackling service delivery challenges. This new reservoir, the first of its kind in the area, supports President Ramaphosa's National Water Access Drive and also forms part of a 940 billion rand infrastructure investment to improve essential services. Now, before we leave your weather news, you already know we have to check in with that sunrise view of the hour. Earlier on, we touched base in Manenberg, but this time around, oh my goodness. Babalwa said this is what Mkambatsi looks like this morning. And wow, is all I can say. W-O-W. That is absolutely stunning. Also, your photography skills are so good, Babalwa. Thank you so much for flexing them right here on your Feel Good Breakfast show. And as a reward, 21 degrees is coming your way for your side of town. If you too would like to be just like Babalwa, hit us up on our WhatsApp line with what your morning looks like as we get into your temperatures for this morning.
That is spectacular. Thank you so much. Keep those beautiful sunrise views going because we love to wake up with you in the morning. Wow, that is a stellar view. The composition of that photo is award-winning, actually. That's beautiful. So the standard has been set. Let's see if we can build on that and give you the chance to kickstart the weekend in style. You could win big, and we know Powerball, it doesn't play. Powerball and Powerball Plus are coming in at 41 million rand in their total estimated jackpots this Friday, so please don't miss out today. Go and get your Powerball for an estimated 5 million, and then Powerball Plus, it's a biggie, 36 million rand today. So by now, hopefully you know the drill. You can go in-store when they're open. You can go online right now, nationallottery.co.za. You can use their mobile app. You can use your own cell phone banking setup. You can dial *120 *7529 hash for USSD. Easy peasy, even easier, because we put those details on the Expresso socials. So while you take in our amazing content on those platforms, you can also think about your winnings. 41 smackaroos, I called them yesterday. Hey?
Smackaroonies.
A smackaroonie is actually a kiss, but you could get 41 smackaroonies with 41 million.
Especially from me, because I'm looking for money. I'm joking. I've got enough money. I could do with 42 million, though. That is amazing. You know what I mean. Well, listen, more to come your way right here. Don't go anywhere. We've got an incredible performance. His voice is something else. It literally caught me by surprise when the sound check was happening. Tessa Nandi is here, and we can't wait to get into the goodness on this Friday. And then, of course, we've got another winner for a trip to Thailand.
It's massive. We've been kind of just skirting around this thing. This is huge. It might actually be you heading to that locale. So I'm just going to say, South Africans, start posting some more beautiful sunrise pictures so we can compete a little bit with Thailand this morning.
Yes.
Beautiful music, beautiful views, and a beautiful moment headed your way.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
This is massive, and we are suffering from major FOMO right now. Welcome back. Thank you so much as we plug you into an incredible opportunity, not for you, not for us, for somebody else.
Oh man, somebody that's looking good this morning, like a winner. Over the past few weeks, we gave our viewers the chance to win the ultimate adventure. It was a trip for two to Thailand with 100,000 Rand, courtesy, of course, UIP Africa and Wolo Travel, all in celebration of the epic movie release of Jurassic World Rebirth. And it really was a rebirth. Such a good movie.
Yeah, thankfully there are no actual dinosaurs on this location. To interviewers, you guys simply had to visit the Wolo Travel website, which is amazing, and then answer a few easy questions related to the film. Well, the moment has finally arrived. Today we are thrilled to welcome Shannon Lily, our lucky winner, to celebrate this life-changing win. Can we give us a big round of applause?
Congratulations.
Oh, Shannon, we are trying to be happy for you.
we
We
really
are.
are.
I'm trying to celebrate for you, but it's tough, man. Congrats, girl.
Thank you so much. I'm
How are
very
you
excited.
feeling? You excited? Okay, so when you happened, talk us through this. When you won, tell us through what happened. Talk us through the moment. Who did you call? What was going through
Have you
your
told
mind?
anybody?
I actually haven't told many people. When I got the call, I was in a meeting, and it was a number that I didn't know.
Okay.
So I answered it anyway, and the lady tells me, "You won a prize." And I was quiet, and she was like, "Did you hear me?" I said, "Yes."
Like waiting for the T-shirt
yes,
or
I was
something.
like, "Is this a joke?" I literally said, "Is this a joke?" And she says, "No." And then she says, and then I say to her, "Remind me again what I won." And she says, "A prize worth 100,000 Rand." And then I remember that I had actually entered the competition.
Oh my God.
But I still didn't tell anybody about it. And then when they posted it on the socials, and then it sunk in.
Because then it's official, right?
Then it's absolutely official.
And this strikes me as one of those things that you're going to forget about and then remember.
Yes,
and be like,
absolutely.
oh,
Yes,
yeah.
I did enter. Yeah.
Why did you enter? Obviously, you're a fan of the franchise, so we
Yeah,
get
yeah.
that. But I think often we see these opportunities, and especially when it's a big prize like this, you're like, someone else will
Yeah,
do
it's not
it, you
gonna
know?
be me.
No, I don't know, because I think Thailand has always been one of my absolute favorite places to visit. And when I saw the prizes Thailand, I entered and I forgot about it. And then,
Have you been to Thailand before?
I actually have.
You have. So you knew you needed to go back.
No, absolutely. I told myself that I promised myself I'm going to travel the world, I'm going to see the world, but then I kept going back there.
Well, it's a part of the world. You're perfectly fine with that.
I mean, look at you. I'm not surprised.
So you're going to be fine. Well, then what tips do you have for yourself when you go and travel in Thailand? Because obviously you want to make sure you get full value, and in a place like Thailand, there is everything. So what are you most excited about?
I think I'm most excited about the food. It is absolutely unreal. I love pad thai and I love tom yum, and the food, the street food, I think is even better than the restaurant food. So I'm definitely looking forward to that.
Oh my goodness. Okay, you have a love for travel. Thailand is a beautiful destination. What are you most excited to see, and where are you going? Are you seeing the beaches? Are you seeing the city?
Absolutely, absolutely. The beaches are a must. So we're doing Krabi, we're doing Bangkok, and then we're doing Phuket as well. So 3 different places and 3 completely different vibes as well. So that's what I'm looking forward to.
You said we, so who's the...
I was going to say, when you say we, I mean, you know.
I do have a preferred travel partner, so that's not up for debate.
I was going to say, sure, and you're telling us like a lot of people have had this conversation with you?
Absolutely.
You had to do a few rejections, that's okay.
Yeah, no, it's not up for discussion.
Good.
Now, for the die-hard fan, there's also a little more wrapped up in this one. You're going to experience the Jurassic World themed adventure park and just be a giant child all over again.
Absolutely. I think this is definitely going to be a trip highlight for me. I expect to be scared out of my mind, and I am here for it.
We expect videos and
Absolutely.
photos.
Oh, you have no idea. You have no idea.
Please do. We would love to stay in touch with you. Please come back then and tell us about all of your travels as well. You look amazing. Congratulations.
Thank you very
We are
much.
honestly very excited for you. Jokes aside, and we can't wait to see
I'm not
you.
excited at all. I'm not even liking you at
You know,
all
this is why I
anymore.
didn't tell people about it.
Exactly. exactly
understand. No, you seem
Oh,
like an
man.
absolutely wonderful person,
Thank
and
you so
you
much.
deserve this. You got to shoot your shot sometimes, man.
do. Okay,
done.
well, there you have it. And if you see competitions floating around, listen, it could just be
it.
you. This day it's 100,000. Tomorrow it is something else, maybe even $1 million. Well, somebody that definitely feels like $1 million bucks is our performer. Up next, Nandi standing by to take us into this Friday.
Hi, I'm Tessie Nandi. I'm here this morning with Pretty Loud, and I will be performing an original called Meaning in the Madness.
Always looking out into the distance, trying to grasp the past, but it is too far beyond your reach. Instead you turn towards the future, seeking solace and connection. Is there meaning in this madness? In shallow water, it's still hard to stay afloat. There's so much pressure to maintain a smile that lasts a lifetime. And when it falters, it feels like you've never known serenity, a stranger to your own identity. Oh, it feels like I'm wasting my days and I'm wasting my nights, chasing a feeling that I forget I can provide. Lost in nostalgia and more lonely than ever. Drifting through the streets of a place you used to call home, but all you see are ghosts of what used to be. Your friends are now all strangers' eyes avoid yours like you're dangerous, only bound now by memories. A match can only light a fire once, but you will strike again to rekindle the flame. You feel a sense of duty to prove that you're now worthy, but you turned into their fantasy much too late. It feels like I'm wasting my days and I'm wasting my nights, chasing a feeling that I forget I can provide. Lost in nostalgia and more lonely than
Girl, I told you she was incredible. Tessie Nandi doing the absolute most. Tell me, where did you buy a voice like that? I also am trying to purchase it. No, I'm kidding. Absolutely incredible. Well, speaking about wonderful women, we still have more that are going to join our couch. Of course, today is all about spotlighting and celebrating women in light of Women's Day tomorrow and Women's Month, of course. And we're talking media, representation, and business. Not only that, we have to get into more gaming when it comes to world's sports betting and their crash out game. It's going to be so much fun, and well done again. My word, what a challenge. We'll see you now. Introducing Signature Curve Denim, designed by South Africans for South Africans. Each pair is expertly crafted to honor every curve and every line of your natural form. This denim moves with you, blending soft structure with effortless comfort and elegance. Capture your confidence. Take a mirror selfie trying on the Signature Curve by Guess. Tag guess.sa on Instagram and stand a chance to win a pair. Signature Curve Denim. Our shape, our hands, our signature. Competition ends 31 August. T's and C's apply.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
It's true, it is your feel-good breakfast show, Expresso, right here on S3. Tomorrow, 9 August, is Women's Day. And throughout the month, of course, we are celebrating and honoring fearless women, changing industries, communities, and conversations in South Africa. And today, we're joined by three trailblazers who are transforming business, also storytelling, and, of course, impact. Now, Stacey Schilder is the director and co-owner of Limitless Events and SWAT, known for dynamic fundraising events and supporting women in need. And then we've got Penina Fenster, a media icon and former editor-in-chief of Glamour and Marie Claire South Africa, who continues to inspire through storytelling and creative leadership. And last but certainly not least, Candice Manuel, a model, entrepreneur, and advocate for body positivity, reminds us that confidence and visibility are powerful business tools. Ladies, we got to give you a feel-good welcome. I mean, come on. My goodness. Not only for the way you look, but for the contributions you've made in all of your own fields. Stacey, I'm going to start with you. I mean, you guys have just done the most when it comes to SWAT. I've been part of SWAT before as well. And it's all about superwomen achieving together. I got it. And that's exactly what you're doing, right?
Yes.
So tell me a bit more about SWAT. Tell me a bit more about Limitless, where it came from, and just how it got to the point that it is today.
Well, SWAT, we host, it's an annual event. It's tomorrow, it's happening tomorrow.
That's right.
And it's something that we've been growing. It's our 6th edition. And I think the last 2 years has been quite impactful. Also, it's a time where we're able to pause and really recognize those individuals that put in the time and effort to empower and uplift those women and children in need. And we're making use of our platform and our resources that is at our fingertips, being limitless events, something that we've grown a lot longer than SWAT.
Right.
And we're using that to empower and to give back to the community.
Yeah. And I love the fact that you're giving back, because it isn't just about us sitting on the couch, us enjoying the benefits and the privileges of what we do. It's about the next woman and about making sure the doors open for them to come on through, which is a lot of the work that you do as well, Candice. I mean, you are an advocate for body positivity. In fact, it's turned into a movement, which we love to see. What really inspired you along that journey as well to serve women in this sort of way?
Well, lots of rejection, I suppose. The media industry isn't always as kind. Well, I suppose it wasn't as kind. I feel like it's adapted a bit more over time. And I think that I wanted to see people that looked like me and felt like me. And yeah, so that started off on social media, and then it just snowballed into this whole thing, where it's actually become like my personal brand at this point.
Right. What's been the most rewarding part of doing the work that you do?
Me in a bikini on social. No, I'm joking.
Come on, more of that.
Stretch marks. I think when people look at me and say, I look like that, and it's okay, it's normal. You know, women are in all shapes and sizes. So that's rewarding for me, that people are actually accepting of who they are.
Yeah. And we love to see it. I mean, I scroll on social media and it can get really dangerous. But I also grew up reading magazines, and even that world could have, you know, erred on the side of, looking at your body thinking you're not good enough. But you are in the business of storytelling, Penina, and you've done it for so long. I was telling you earlier, you're a cornerstone within the publishing space. When you see stories like this, and when you remember all the bold moves that you guys made in publishing, I mean, what was your impact and your role within the space to make sure you change the narrative of it?
Well, I think women's magazines played a huge role in empowering women. From a practical level, how to run your finances, for example, promote yourself professionally, to just feeling good about yourself. So if anything, I would say that it was a huge privilege and honor to encourage women to enjoy being women and to feel sustained and empowered by that experience.
I've got to ask you, now that you said that, what is your favorite part about being a woman?
Oh, wow. I can't choose one. I think there's so much to enjoy about being a woman. I think our creativity, our unique form of expression, the incredible power that we can have in the world, our relationships with other people, the fact that life comes through women. There's a lot to celebrate.
Well, we are powerhouses. It's always nice to just have that reminder, you know, that yes, life gets tough and busy and overwhelming at times, but as women, there's just something special about embracing this form and this role that we get to have the privilege of doing that. So maybe let's get into some lessons that you've learned. You are a businesswoman, Stacey, and I think that there are more lessons than probably wins at the end of the day. So maybe if you could impart some of those to our viewers this morning.
I think for me, it's to continue to learn, to be open and willing to learn.
Right.
Nothing needs to be perfect. Perfection is not the goal, but progress is the goal. And then our community.
Yes.
We feel that we need to do everything alone, but when we build strong and build fast, we're building together. So I think that's one that stands out for me.
I love that. And yes, we are achieving together. That's the whole point. But listen, we're going to hear more from our wonderful women on the couch in just a little bit, because of course, more chats need to be had, more conversation definitely needs to go down. So don't go anywhere.
Oh, cannot wait to delve a little deeper into that. If you're looking to grow your strategic network, and we know it's a game changer, look around you today. I have a feeling there is that network ready to be activated. But right now, we are going to change someone's life just a little bit for the better. Buckle up and get ready to take off. Literally, the world sports betting cash-out game is cleared for departure. And we've got our first very lucky viewer on board and on the line. So let's see if they are going to soar all the way to the big win. We have got our caller on the line right now, Lucinda Stoffels. Lucinda, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. I'm fine, thank you.
I'm good. Lucinda, I can understand the little nervous edge to your voice. There is a lot of money in the offing, but a great way to win. So we asked you to tell us whether you'd rather play it safe or risk it all for the jackpot and why. And you answered with, I will play it safe. I'd rather walk away with something than risk it all for nothing. Hashtag World Sports Betting. Lucinda, are you still feeling that way? Are you likely to cash out early, or are you going to go for that big 10,000 Rand jackpot, as nervy as it is? How are you feeling about this?
I'm going to try to go big or go home.
I like it, because this is your opportunity. Now, we are behind you 100%. So, Lucinda, in this case, the sky literally is the limit. You could be flying off with anything from 1,000 to a sky-high 10,000 Rand. I think by now you know the drill. What you have to do is shout cash out before our plane on screen takes off. And that's to lock in your prize and land that win. And don't worry if things don't go your way. I think you'll still be okay. But let's push for as close to that 10,000 Rand as possible. So I'm going to count you down with a 3, 2, 1, and then our plane will start on the runway. And that's when you will see the numbers counting down. And I hope you can hold your nerve. Okay, our plane will be taking off in 3, okay? And you can get it up onto our screen right now. There we go. Okay, 2, 1. Our plane is on the runway. Tell us when to cash out, girl. Ooh. Oh, my word. Tell us when. I don't want to push you. My heart.
Catch up.
Oh, I have a feeling we might just have missed it, girl. I want to go to our auditors upstairs. Let's see if you caught it in time. Oh, I'm so sorry. You were literally a second off it. You were so close to getting that 5,500 Rand. You could have won it. But the good news is you are definitely not going home empty-handed. You are still departing with 1,000 Rand in cash. Congratulations. I'm sorry to put you through that. How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you.
Oh, man, I know a stressful moment, but 1,000 Rand still coming your way. Congratulations, Lucinda. Oh, that is how fine the line is. An adrenaline rush of note. So if you would like to put yourself in that position and possibly win big, play World Sports Betting Cash Out Game next Friday. And make sure that you tune in the coming Monday for all of the competition details. And then you can start working on those nerves, because you're going to have nerves of steel. Wow.
Congratulations once again to all of our winners on the show today. And if you feel like you haven't won, you're in for a treat. Because look, we've made some bread dippers, and now we have to have dips for them to dip in. So we've got sun-dried tomato and a biltong dip coming your way soon. And not only that, we have to get back into that conversation with our incredible women on our couch this morning. My goodness, Candice, Vanina, and Stacey are still here talking about media, advocacy, and inspiration, coming your way straight after this.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Oh, the rumors are true. It is your feel-good breakfast show. Now, we are continuing that conversation, celebrating women this morning, delving into serious questions like what does it take to stay relevant, but also resilient and real in a changing South Africa. Now, our guests today embody that spirit through mentorship, advocacy, and innovation. Now, whether it's empowering communities, shaping narratives, or owning your story, these women lead by example. And we continue the conversation with Stacey Schilder, Penina Fenster, as well as Candice Manuel. Ladies, welcome back. Thank you for being right here on the couch. You haven't moved, which is great. I hope you've exchanged some numbers because there is so much goodness going on here. I'm going to come back to you, Candice, just talking about representation in media and what you do with the work that you do. How has your advocacy helped other women embrace their power and also feel seen?
I think that, well, I hope that that is a change I wanted to create. Women are actually just stepping up and owning who they are. I try to not just focus on being body positive, but a positive approach holistically as well. So whether it is dealing with mental health issues, you know, I've also stepped into a new journey where it's motherhood. Well, not so new, but we're again.
Getting there, yeah.
So I think that there's so many aspects of women. We wear so many hats. So I feel drawn to people at different stages of their life, if that makes sense. Yeah. Where I'm in my mommy phase now, and I've been drawn to so many inspiration from the average woman as well. Yeah. So I'm hoping that that's what I kind of give to them as well.
I love it. And I know mommies to be are also looking at you going, yes, I feel seen.
We're
by
doing
your
it
journey.
again.
You're doing it again. Let's go. Penina, your trip to India, we've got to delve into this. You mentioned that it has been transformational for you. So how has that informed your take on storytelling going forward?
Well, I've been very lucky to have been to India several times, and I think travel is transformative in itself. But to travel to India is that transformation multiplied by a thousand, a million, a trillion, gazillion.
Images, yeah.
And I've never known anyone to go to India and not be profoundly changed by it. But my commitment and privilege is to go every year to a super basic Ayurvedic center. So Ayurveda is a very ancient form of Indian medicine. It's totally stripped down. As I say, it's super basic. And it's really a return to oneself, body, mind, and spirit.
Wow. And once that's all aligned, you can continue doing what you do.
Yes, because I think we live in a very demanding, stressful world, and we live with a lot of distractions.
Agreed.
And we think that all of those distractions are actually what makes us happy. But that experience of just being very calm, very basic, simple food, meditative space, that's really where the value and pleasure lies.
Feels like that's what we were meant to do at the end of the day as humans, but we're coming here with all the embellishments, which is fine. We also like to look and feel good at the end of the day. Stacey, let's go back to SWAT. I mean, yes, it all goes down tomorrow in the Mother City, and you mentioned over 1,000 people that you are going to come, women in particular.
Over 1,000 ladies.
That you are bringing together to celebrate. So what is the long-term vision for Superwomen Achieving Together?
As I mentioned, it is our 6th edition.
Congrats on that in and of itself.
Yes, and we would like, in long term, to use what we have, to use our platform, to use our resources, to further reach out to women across the country.
Yeah.
I mean, if we're able to do that, why not?
Yes.
I think also, now that we're more involved, I would like to take smaller steps or smaller groups that builds up to our main event every year, to get more involved, to listen, to understand the needs of women and children more frequently, you know? So not just leave it for once a year, do something that builds up to our main event.
Agreed. The
and
consistency
get involved
throughout the year.
And keeping it consistent.
Yeah. I mean, we have to do that because it does come to August and everyone's like scrambling around, not saying this is you, but, you know, businesses, initiatives, oh, we need to do something for Women's Day or Women's Month. But you're right. What happens in Jan? What happens in May?
Exactly.
Lives still continue and we still have to show up as women. So I absolutely love that and all the best for it. I know you guys are going to do it, man. You don't even need my luck. All right, I'm going to come to each of you and ask you for maybe just a piece of advice that you could give to other women, whether it's in your space or just a young woman watching right now or a woman that is a little bit more mature in her career, what is something you would tell her? We'll start here and work our way up.
Cool.
Let's go ahead.
For me personally, I think it's been adaptable. Like I've said earlier, we wear so many hats, and sometimes if there's a certain part of your career that's kind of not dying down, but you feel like you fulfilled that purpose and you're moving on to your next step in your life, then it's okay, but you need to be adaptable to that as well.
I love that. Flexibility is key. Stacey, you're up.
On that, I would say is to keep going, to be consistent, to show up. It all starts behind the scenes. You know, the foundation you lay, the listening ear, you know, just to keep at it and show up every day. Be consistent.
Yes. Penina, we'll end with you with a lasting statement.
Well, the first thing is I want to acknowledge and honor my fellow couch companions today. And I think they illustrate something very important.
Yeah.
So all the time I've spent in women's magazines, people said to me, oh, women are so mean to each other. And that was not my experience at all. Every single achievement in my life was thanks to other women. So that is the point I want to make, is that women together are such a force for good, for creativity, for pleasure in this world. And I think we can rely on our sisters.
Oh my gosh, I've got goosebumps when you said that, because it's true. I mean, it's our lived experience. Sisterhood, consistency, adaptability, those are things that you need to take with you, not only for the 9th of August, but going forward. Ladies, welcome. Welcome. Thank you so much for being here. In fact, yes, welcome to the family. You can stick around. And honestly, your insight has been incredible. We appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. All right, for now, though, we're going to continue with the feel-good vibes right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Oh, absolutely love the energy in our studio. Hopefully you've been taking notes, but lest we forget, it is a Friday, and with the weekend just around the corner or kind of officially beginning, maybe you've got guests coming over. Why not impress them with a delicious homemade platter? Skip the store-bought stuff today, because we are whipping up 2 seriously tasty dips, sun-dried tomato pesto and a savory biltong dip. And I'm going to ask if one of the boss babes, Stacey, can maybe join us. Stacey Schilder is used to bossing people around in every space that she's in. I'm going to boss you around a little bit today. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you
so much for
me.
doing what you are doing within your spaces. We understand. We get it from our side of the industry, so thank you so much. You are opening doors. But right now, if you are opening your doors, well, we call it cooking, okay? It's compiling, pretty much. We are going to compile 2 dips. So we made some beautiful bread dippers a little bit earlier, some cheesy dippers, our little bruschetta fingers. So now we're going to create dips to go with that. Okay. How you approach everything with confidence. I kind of get that about you. In the kitchen, does the same apply?
Sometimes when I make it to the kitchen.
Oh, you see, when you get that like 0.2 seconds to yourself at the end of the day. Okay, so you're on the sun-dried tomato pesto duty.
Okay.
And what I like about this, really, really simple. We basically just throw it all together. So obviously the star of the show, our gorgeous sun-dried tomatoes, beautiful oils involved there. We're going to use about 2 tablespoons of the olive oil.
Okay.
And then you can throw everything else in. We've got Parmesan cheese. We've got some beautiful basil. Slightly cheaper option, pine nuts, I know, are about R1,000,000. So unless you're selling them, you can use walnuts, sunflower seeds, anything that's got a bit of a crunch.
Okay.
A bit of salt and pepper, and then some confit garlic. And to do that, we literally just put a whole garlic in, you wrap it in foil, put it a bit of olive oil, put it in the oven or put it in the air fryer. Amazing.
Done.
Super easy. Okay, so you can go crazy and start putting everything in.
I'm using all of these.
Go for it.
Okay.
It's your kitchen, babe. You can do whatever you want. And I like the fact that we get to steal the thunder of our amazing kitchen team. So, Katie, thank you so much for putting so much effort in today and letting us steal it at number 99. So I'm going to be making a beautiful creamy biltong dip as well, which I think will go beautifully with our cheese. Our little cheesy twists. Okay, so I'm going to mix in, and I'm going to try the hand blender. Oh, that's looking good already. Okay. Hey, super, super easy. So what is your flavor profile, your go-to when you do cook? What do you lean into? What makes you happy? What's your comfort food?
I think anything with cream.
Really? we'll ramp up the creaminess with this one. You know, we can joke about finding balance, but I think sacrifices have to be made when you're working at your level. Do you think about finding that balance, or are you always kind of in the heat of battle? How do you balance things out?
There's never a balance.
Really?
No, you just have to show up to each, whether you're cooking, seeing to your kids, working. I don't think there is something called balance.
I like that.
Yeah.
Because I think so often we put the expectation of having everything all right on our shoulders, and it's impossible. It never happen. Okay. So everything's in, it's compiled. Have we, pour those in, and then just a little bit of that olive oil if you haven't already.
I've added the olive oil.
Well, yeah, because you're ahead of the game. Okay, that's just how you roll. Let's see, and a little squeeze of lemon, and we are winning. So I'm on to now to up the creaminess, just for my friend. We're going to add a little bit of mayo here as well. And this I would recommend using kind of a wetter biltong. I think would just work better from the creamy texture perspective. Okay. But I also don't mind like a grated drier biltong. Could also be quite nice from a textural perspective. So we are winning at life. Should we give yours a buzz first? Let's give it a pulse. Oh, there we go. Yay. Ridiculous. I know, it's ridiculous we get this excited about food, but I think the timing is perfect. What do you think? A bit more? Do you want to push it? I don't know. I think it's everyone's... Ooh, that looks nice. Should we add a little bit more olive oil? Sure. And then we'll give it another burn. And then I'm going to try with a hand mixer just to prove how durable... And you're going to get some interesting sounds permeating from your kitchen. And of course, we've added some sweet chili into our mix as well. Oh, there we go. Okay, the hand mixer is a lot more fun than the food processor. Look at that. Okay, if you want to give that another burn, yeah, I think we are. There we go. It seems to be the one. Okay, that actually looks spectacular. I don't want to say I had low expectations of myself, but it's always a bit of a nervy moment. Beautiful, we'll just pop that again. I think that's gorgeous. And then we can win at life. Should we get some of that out? Let's see if I can get you a spoon without knocking over the entire thing. You know what we're going to use?
Let's use this one.
Yeah, use that, and we are winning. Yay.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, and I'm thinking you could push this into kind of a Middle Eastern space, maybe a bit of a dukkha vibe, some spice. I love the idea of making your own spices, and it's nice that people are coming over to kind of feel like you've put in the effort. Even if you haven't spent 9 hours cooking a roast and you've just compiled a dip. It looks, oh, that looks absolutely stunning, and then you can see the finished product here. We've got our gorgeous biltong. We paired with some cheese, some crackers, and our own delicious homemade bread, because we can ahead of the weekend. So what are the plans for the weekend?
What? It's happening tomorrow.
Oh, no, it's going to be amazing.
Yes.
I understand that this is an opportunity where the baseline shifts with you. So thank you so much for doing that.
Thank you.
All the best of luck.
Thank you.
But I think you've got an empowered network around you, just ready to embrace it. I wish we could send like 100 little buckies of our beautiful dip to help cater your event tomorrow. All the best of luck. And
thank you so much.
Just keep powering on and keep us abreast of what is happening in that space. So hopefully you guys have had a bit of fun in the kitchen. And as always, you can scan the QR code if you want to cook, bake, or compile along with us, and we want to see the results.
Well, speaking about superwomen achieving together, yes, on the other side of this very short break, we get into an incredible performance. A bunch of women getting together, making the most prettiest, loudest sounds you've ever heard. I'm talking about Erin, Tegan, Mila, as well as, of course, Amy. They're getting together with that pink guitar, ready to perform something very special for you. And then we have Penina back on our couch again, talking about creating amazing spaces along with Plascon. Grab a cup of coffee and we'll see you after this.
Only you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
I'm so sorry. Every time we return, I have to apologize for the food on my face. But eating is a part of the job, actually, and it's been amazing in the kitchen today. So hopefully you tried your hand at our dips, and you're going to post pictures because we want to see it
Yeah,
now.
my
The
goodness,
weekend.
the smell alone in here is so good. And not just the food, but also because the girlies are up. Okay, they're taken to the stage right now, performing a performance called Girls Just Want to Have Fun.
I'm Amy, this is Mila, Tegan and Erin, and we're from Pretty Loud, and we are going to be performing Girls Just Want to Have Fun.
I wake up with the morning light. My mother says, when you gonna live your life right? Oh, mother dear, we're not the fortunate ones. And girls, they wanna have fun. Oh, girls just wanna have fun. Wanna have fun. Girls wanna have.
The phone rings in the middle of the night. My father yells, what you gonna do with your life? Oh, daddy dear, you know you're still number one. Oh, girls, they wanna have fun. Oh, girls just wanna have. That's all they really want. Some fun. When the working day is done, oh, girls, they wanna have fun. Oh, girls just wanna have fun. Some boys take a beautiful girl and hide her away from the rest of the world. I wanna be the one to dance in the sun. And girls, they wanna have fun. Oh, girls just wanna have girls. That's all they really want. Some fun. When the working day is done, oh, girls, they wanna have fun. Oh, girls just wanna have girls. They wanna have fun. Girls wanna do. Wanna have. They just wanna have fun. They just wanna have fun. They just wanna have fun. Girls, they just wanna have. When the working day is done, oh, girls, they wanna have fun. Oh, girls just wanna have fun.
Love it.
Wow. Sheesh, girls do. We do just want to have fun, and especially when it comes to the crew of girls we have in studio right now, and we'll keep them around for just a little bit longer. For now, though, they have all brought the time to just 7:58, so let's get into your 8 o'clock news headlines. Now we get started nationally, where government says South Africa's transformation agenda is non-negotiable, even during trade talks with the US. Minister in the Presidency, Kumbutso Chisaveni, says laws passed since 1994 aim to stabilize and uplift society. Now, she was responding to US tariffs of up to 30% on South African goods. And Savani stressed laws will only change if it benefits South Africa. Agricultural economist Johan Willemse has meanwhile warned the tariffs will hurt the citrus industry and lead to job losses in farming, threatening the rural economy. In other news in the country, KwaZulu-Natal police arrested over 12,000 people last month in a massive crime clampdown. Now, nearly 3,750 arrests were for violent crimes like murder, attempted murder, and assault. Over 200 suspects face murder charges. Another 193 were arrested for rape, with more than 70 linked to other sexual crimes. Now, there were 204 arrests for breaching domestic violence laws, and 519 motorists were caught drunk driving. Over 2,000 drug-related arrests were made. Now, police also seized 331 illegal firearms and 16,000 rounds of ammunition. Let's take a look at your international news-making headlines, where a Cessna plane operated by Amref Flying Doctors crashed into a Nairobi neighborhood yesterday, killing 6 people. 4 were on board, including medics and the pilot, while 2 victims were on the ground. Now, 2 others were seriously injured. The aircraft lost radar and radio contact shortly after takeoff from Wilson Airport en route to Somalia. Now, the Kenya Defence Forces and police are leading the investigation currently. Amref says it is cooperating fully with aviation authorities to determine the cause. Meanwhile, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has proposed a military occupation of the entire Gaza Strip. Now, his aim is to dismantle Hamas and create a security buffer with the territory to be handed over to unspecified Arab governing forces, but not annexed by Israel. Pending approval from the Security Cabinet, this proposal has ignited internal dissent, particularly from military leaders concerned about putting Israeli hostages at risk. It has also sparked international alarm amid Gaza's mounting humanitarian crisis, worsening shortages of food, water, and medical supplies as conflict continues. And let's close up with this story where every August, the Durban beachfront blooms with colour as the annual Sari Stroll brings together women from all walks of life. Now, it's not about the flowing silk or even the dazzling threads. It is about walking in unity, honouring shared virtues, and celebrating diversity with both grace and joy. Co-founders Kamlesh Goundin and Natalie Langer dreamt up this now iconic event to reflect a proudly South African spirit. This year's stroll takes place on Sunday, the 10th of August at the Amphitheatre opposite Elangeni Hotel, starting at 9 a.m. with the walk beginning at 11 a.m. Now, come for beauty, but definitely stay for the meaning, and let every step tell a truly beautiful story. We wish you all the best if you are taking that walk on Sunday. But now, though, that's where we wrap up your news for this Friday. Let's get into your final bit of sports.
Thank you so much, my friend. Not the best news to start with, heartbreaking. In fact, a Springbok woman flanker and Bulls Daisies captain Lusanda Dumka is stepping away from rugby due to health concerns, and she has put in a lot. The 28-year-old with 33 test caps and 3 stints as national captain, of course, also recently led the Daisies to a 3rd straight Women's Premier League division title. Widely respected for her leadership and I think grit on the field, Dumka leaves a lasting legacy in South African women's rugby. She has been a custodian of the game through a vital phase for our game. So thank you so much. Now let's get on to the big one in football. The 2025 Ballon d'Or will crown a new winner. It's official. The defending champion Rodri is missing from the 30-player shortlist. So Paris Saint-Germain, they lead the nominations, understandably. 9 players there after their dominant Champions League campaign. Notably absent are the usual suspects, Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo, while Barcelona's Lamine Yamal at just 18, and I think a shoe-in for this one, and then Robert Lewandowski at 36. They bookend the age spectrum, which is great in itself. The winner will be announced on the 22nd of September. Now, staying with footballing news, Barcelona have removed Marc-Andre ter Stegen as team captain, and that's due to a standoff over his injury classification. Don't hear this very often, so the club reportedly wanted the 33-year-old goalkeeper declared a long-term injury to ease financial fair play pressure by reducing his wage burden. But ter Stegen's refusal could now impact his future long-term, with La Liga sanctions potentially including contract termination. Now let's get back into tennis as Jannik Sinner, our world #1, gets back onto court. And he says his extended break after Wimbledon was the right call as he returns to action at the Cincinnati Open. So the Italian, fresh from his 4th Grand Slam title, he skipped tournaments to recover physically and mentally following what's been a very taxing season. And he'll defend his title this weekend using the event as preparation for the US Open later this month. And we know that prize pool seriously pumped up $5 million for the women and men's winners at this year's US Open. So he's playing for quite a bit. But that's where we leave our sport for this morning. Let's get one last traffic update.
Well, let's have a final look at those roads out in Cape Town and Mowbray, where there is congestion on the M5 North and that's at the N2 inbound ramp. Now expect delays and allow for extra travel time. Moving over to the City of Gold out in Joburg and Kempton Park, there's a stationary vehicle on the R21 northbound before OR Tambo Airport. So the left lane is currently closed. Drive carefully if you are headed out that way, and of course, approach with caution. That's where we leave your roads ahead of the weekend. Let's check out the weather. Now, there are no severe weather warnings from the South African Weather Service today. However, in water-related news, Deputy President Paul Mashatile has officially handed over a massive 25-megaliter concrete reservoir, and that is to the Morotele local municipality out in the northwest. Now, he led an outreach program aimed at tackling service delivery challenges. This new reservoir, the first of its kind in the area, supports President Ramaphosa's National Water Access Drive and also forms part of a 940 billion rand infrastructure investment to improve essential services. Let's check in with that sunrise view of the hour as the cherry on top of our cake. And this one from the mother city, Bukosi, got in touch, sharing this beautiful morning view. Now, when I see this, Bukosi, I go, okay, you know what? Friday is going to look so good ahead of us, and the weekend definitely is going to feel even better. 18 degrees is what you can expect on your side of town. And remember to snap some pictures this weekend on 0630369649 and then get in touch with us next week. We do this every single day on the top of the hour. For now, though, let's get into your temperatures so you know exactly how to prepare for today.
From beautiful sunrise views to your bank account. Let's hope you stand a chance of winning big today if you play Powerball and Powerball Plus, because 41 million rand is waiting for you this Friday, so please don't miss out. Play your Powerball for an estimated 5 million rand, and then Powerball Plus, it's big, estimated at 36 million rand today. Go and get your tickets. Not that you need my motivation. You can do it in-store. You can go online, nationallottery.co.za. You can use their mobile app. You can use your own cell phone banking setup. There's generally a little drop-down. We can dial star 120 star 7529 hash for the USSD. So simple. We've made it even easier and kept all of those details up on the Expresso socials. So go and check them out, and then Panda Pusher, play your Powerball 4 and Powerball Plus for 41 million rand in total estimated jackpots today. Oh man, that makes me feel like going out and buying a whole new range of denims. Can you help me out, my friend?
And by my friend, he means you, his friend in that department. It's you. Taryn Opelnell is here, and we have to get into the best denim fits for men, because are skinny jeans back?
They're kind of around, Graham. They're kind of around. They're sticking around, but we're not talking about them today.
Okay, other jeans besides skinny jeans. I just wanted to find out. I mean, you've got jeans on right now. We hope that this is definitely one of the options we're going for, but of course, focusing on our men today. Not only that, Panina's back on our couch, and we have to get into talking about amazing creative spaces along with Plascon. It's going to be a very interesting conversation and also inspiring one ahead of the weekend, so stick around.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back and thank you so much for spending your Friday morning along with us. Right now, we want to enter Plascon Creating Amazing Spaces. Now, this is a vibrant new mini-series where color meets creativity and paint truly transforms everyday rooms into extraordinary spaces. From bold walls to subtle shades, we'll explore homes across the country to see how Plascon brings design dreams to life, and we're all about that. Now, to launch this series, we're joined by the face of Creating Amazing Spaces, the one, the only, Penina Fence is still with us, a true icon and visionary in media and, of course, storytelling, with a deep passion for design and creativity, and, of course, here to share the behind the scenes all about the mini-series. Thank you for being here, sticking around. Blue is your color, can I just tell you? I know we're about to get into colors, but I'm so glad that you found yours. Is it top 3 favorite colors for you?
It's definitely there, and well, I say my favorite color is shiny.
Ooh.
Yep. And then I love leopard print.
Oh my gosh, you're speaking my language, so you approve of the outfit.
100 million stars for the outfit.
Yes, you can stay. We want to hear forever. But Penina, let's get into talking about this amazing mini series of creativity. Where did the inspiration come from to do something like this?
I think the inspiration is that for all of us, home is such an important component in our lives. And there's plenty of ugliness in the world. So I think to beautify one's home it's not only for us, it's for everybody who comes in there. It's a communal thing to do.
It is, and it's your sanctuary. And you want to, when you get home, feel like you're enjoying your space, because that's what it's about. So what is Creating Amazing Spaces all about? What can we expect to see?
So the entire series is about using paint, using color, using decor elements to make an extraordinary, as you said, amazing space in which to live and share and love and enjoy life.
Yes, and thank you for doing that. I mean, I know that you are visiting so many places, like you mentioned, changing ordinary into extraordinary. But what makes a space amazing according to you?
You know, it's a combination of elements, obviously. There's color, there's texture, there's the finish, there's the theme. It might be neutral, it might be exuberant, but there is a factor X in design, and I think that's the love that people put into their homes and into their spaces.
Yeah, and it really does speak to your character and your personality. I feel that way. If I step into someone's home, it tells me a bit more about you. It's quite an intimate space for me to go, okay, you chose that color, you chose that couch, you chose those frames, therefore this is kind of the person that you are. For you, is more? Are we going bigger and better, or do you like the more minimal approach to design?
I found the whole series fascinating to do because it ranged from very neutral, calm, minimal spaces to completely exuberant, vibrant, colorful spaces. But I think the point is that very few of us have a budget to totally redo our homes.
True.
So it's about choosing what's going to have the most impact. Color is definitely one of those elements. And then it might be something very small. It might be a pillow, you know, a scatter cushion, or a piece of art, or even a framed photograph. There's a lot that one can do, and that was what was so inspiring about working on this wonderful, wonderful project.
Incredible. And I like that you mentioned that, because you take us into real homes in the series. And, you know, for the everyday South African, we don't have so much disposable income to completely 180 our spaces. So why was it so important to show just how transformative paint can be in everyday spaces to you?
Well, paint, first of all, is an investment in something practical.
Yeah.
So you want it to be lasting. You know, if it's outdoors, you need it to be water resistant. It's an investment in the value of your home. And then there are all the aesthetic considerations. The effect of color, which has been shown to have the potential to improve our moods, make us feel more creative, make us feel more serene, more thrilled, So it's that mix. It's the practical elements of paint and also the wonderful emotional and psychological effects that it can have.
It's crazy. I never would have thought that. It could be a mood booster depending on the color you're going for. A yellow wall could make you feel better. A forest green could also change your mood in a particular way and inspire creativity. And you are a woman in South Africa. We are celebrating, of course, South Africa right now. I'm very curious to know, what does the position that you've held in media, besides the show that you have going, what does that mean to you? Shifting the culture, shifting the needle in South Africa and shaping the next generation of women?
I never thought about myself in such a grand way. No, what we were doing on magazines was, first of all, media is a team effort, whether it's a magazine, a television show, whatever it is, it's always collaborative. And the most important element of that, of course, is who one's communicating with. So the delight of it, the honor and the privilege of it was communicating with other women, and it continues to be that incredible experience.
And it's no surprise to me that you've had such a fulfilling and beautiful career, because even while you were sitting on the couch looking at Stacey, looking at Candace, you were also complimenting them, because I feel like for you it's less competition, it is more about getting together in collaborative efforts for that creativity. Do you have any moments in your career that are standout and highlights for you that you still reflect on to this day and go, wow, that was something else?
You know, there's been a lot.
Yeah.
I think people don't understand that media is incredibly tough. You know, it's really working till 2 a.m. It's getting up as you do at the crack of dawn.
Right.
It's demanding, it's grinding, but it is absolutely thrilling. So I can say that, you know, I've had cocktails in Coco Chanel's old apartment in Paris. I have literally been into Buckingham Palace. And I have to say that working on this decor, wonderful project has been one of my highlights. It has been such an honor to go into these beautiful spaces and be inspired by how people decorate and live.
Oh, I love that we can also put this on the list of incredible things, which does remind us that you need to also stick around and catch all of it. From bold colors to bold ideas, creating amazing spaces is more than just a makeover. It is a celebration of creativity, identity, and the power of transformation. So you got to make sure, Mzansi, to tune in next Friday for the very first episode of Plascon's Creating Amazing Spaces, where we start with everyone's favorite room in the house, the lounge, the communal space. And in the weeks to come, we'll be bringing fresh ideas, bold makeovers, and a whole lot of inspiration to every single corner of your home. Thank you for being here. You know, I'm going to ask you one more question before you go. If there is one woman in your life that you can look back on, I know that you are definitely that woman for other people, who would you really say has inspired your journey and inspired you?
You know, it's the cliche, but it's true. I would say my mama.
Ah, tell us more.
Mothers are just superwomen.
They are.
I think mothers are such a power. I run out of words. I can just say I loved and adored my mother. So what a role model.
I absolutely love that. Thank you so much for sharing the space with us this morning. And thank you for being an inspiration. We can definitely all take a note from every single piece of work you do. And again, next Friday, it all goes down with amazing spaces, and we can't wait to see it happen. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Well, I think every one of our guests this morning has certainly proven this point, but we put something really interesting to you guys to maybe chew on just a little bit this morning. Obviously, being Women's Month, we are rewriting the narrative or doing everything we can to do that. So we put it to you guys, what stereotype about women would you like to see broken for good? I love that adage, hit like a girl. Well, at my son's karate school, you do not want to be hit by a girl. I can tell you that much, but we put it to you guys, and I cannot wait to hear, of course, the voice line to use. You can jump on at any point, but let's head over to the socials where Nama's weighed in. Good morning. I'd love to see the stereotype of women being too emotional being broken. It's time to recognize emotions as a strength, not a weakness. And the funny thing is, my wife and I have figured out this balance, and I am the emotional one. I need her to stabilize me because she understands the soft, hard strength. It takes a lot more not to raise your hand. That is strength. Lukona Labisi saying the stereotype that women are weak. Are you kidding me? After all that we carry, survive and overcome, women are strong and powerful. And no, we are not comparing female strength to men. In our own way, we are strong too. There is depth there. I love that, Lakona. Thank you so much for putting that so beautifully. Selvi weighing in as well. Let's break the stereotype that women can't lead. I think we have proven that today. We are capable of so much more. Being a woman means being strong, resilient, and determined. We need to show the world our capabilities and take our rightful place in society. These are proclamations. I love this. Teresa jumps on board. Being humble is a strength. Here. It is often seen as a weakness, a reason for disrespect, disregard, manipulation, and abuse. Isn't that the South African narrative? It's time to accept humility as the great characteristic it is. We are all different and deserve respect, irrespective of our humility. Humility speaks of strength, confidence, love, compassion, loyalty, and inner peace. What we are all striving for, I think. Oh, I love that. And she wishes us a blessed day and Women's Month as well. I'm going to use a little story here that kind of turns this on its head when we do compare men and women. So there was a guy, Bobby Riggs, around 1973, and I think he was a former world #1 6-time Grand Slam winner in tennis. And I say this ahead of the US Open that now has equal prize money at $5 million apiece for men and women. And people are left scratching their head, just as Bobby said that no woman could stand up to the pressure. In fact, no woman would be able to beat him in all tennis. Well, Billie Jean King promptly beat him in straight sets in 1973, and she went on to campaign for exactly what we are seeing today. It took a long time, but men and women in tennis sit on an equal footing, and rightly so. It took one woman putting herself out there at a massive risk to be able to achieve that, but it was the hours of work she put in before and after that to see the job through. And that's a female characteristic, not a male characteristic. I love this. Please send us a voice note, 0630369649. What woman's stereotype would you like to shatter? Well, I think that maybe women look better in jeans than men do. No, we're going to try and prove that point. We've got the gents coming in with a whole new range of amazing denims. Taryn's going to take us through that. Then I'm going to have a super cute and peaceful moment with my pups. It's a chance to dip out with an Omar. You can join me for that after this.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. Let's get stylistic for a moment here. From slim leg jeans, yes, they are still around, to baggy fits. Woolworths is the denim destination for all the most wanted denim styles this season. And our favorite stylist in the whole wide world, Taryn Oppel-Nell, is here to help us, I think, work out what the right look for us is and get into some fresh denim for gents.
Yes.
And ladies are allowed to wear their boyfriend jeans still. That's all right, okay?
I already have my eye on one of these here for myself, so...
Man, I am loving where denim is going. And I got to say, I actually had this as a thought to myself walking through Woolies yesterday. Like, wow, their denim game is on another level at the moment.
Pretty strong right now. I mean, I think you said it, it's a one-stop shop, right?
Yeah,
There's
completely.
just something for everyone and all the fits you can think of. And we're all familiar with slim and skinny and straight, but we're actually not talking about that today.
It's my oversized era, girl, and I'm ready to embrace it. I love it. What style are you wearing?
I'm actually wearing a boyfriend jeans.
I see. Can
today,
you please
so,
show us your boyfriend look? Gorgeous.
It's got some nice stretch to it.
What is the, I know I'm going a bit off topic here, but with the boyfriend dream, what is it about boyfriend jeans that is so exciting to women? What is the buy-in here? Now, why is this so hot right now?
Well,
the looser fits, the comfort
It's
fit?
definitely not the fact that you are pretending you're actually wearing your boyfriend's jeans, because that wouldn't be my goal. But
It has happened occasionally, okay?
It has. But I think it's the comfort level. Yeah. It's the comfort level and just looking relaxed and just feeling...
And then you add a little sparkle of some leopard print and suddenly, boom, you're dominating.
Carissa and I are twinning today. You can't go without some leopard to spruce things up. Absolutely not.
No, I love it. And that really does feed into why denim is so amazing.
Exactly.
It is versatile.
Blank canvas.
And you can dip into trend, but maintain that slow fashion edge. You know, you 100%. Can have a stylistic element. So talk us through this amazing range, my friend.
Well, I'm going to start with the roomiest one in the rail, which is the baggy jeans.
Loving it.
So this is super fresh for Woolworths. I mean, it's giving a bit of 90s nostalgia, throwback vibes.
I love it.
You can see by the length of the crotch area that it's quite dropped. So it sits pretty nicely in a high-rise position, and then it just drops down and drapes down into an exaggerated leg, which is super cool. This is what I want.
Yeah, no, I'm loving it. And I love when I get into them from a studio perspective, because you can dress it up or down. But let's just please give honours where it's due. It's fitted 90s style, and there is a difference.
Exactly,
okay?
And we will see it on bodies just so we can tell.
Are you going to give them to me right now? I'm not getting changed on national television again.
My bag. And then just a quick mention, just coming into summertime, there's the shorts version of the baggy jeans, which is also quite low at the back. And again, roomy, comfortable, effortless. We love it.
Oh, man. All right, so I think we need to see them in living action, please.
Yes.
Can we bring in some gorgeous gents?
We're going to bring Nathan out. He is in the baggy jeans.
Love it.
And as you can see, it just has this exaggerated silhouette. It's sitting high-rise up to here, and then it just drapes down into this really cool, relaxed silhouette.
Very
We've obviously
cool.
paired it back to sneakers. I personally think it's the only way you can wear baggy jeans.
Okay.
With sneakers, and then we've just given a little bit of a smarter edge with the shackles.
I'd throw a leather boot in there, maybe. Just maybe, but I'm a little older
I'd love
than
to
you.
see that on you.
I'm a little older than you. No, I love that. And sneaker game in South Africa is strong. So,
And
let
especially
it shine,
at
man.
Woolies, especially the retro sneaker, it obviously taps into that nostalgic vibe. See, you got it going on. So it's nice to have this contrast between a structured jacket and this very relaxed denim, keeping it cool, keeping it casual.
Very, very cool. Like the little accents there. Beautiful. I want more.
Yes, okay, let's move on. Okay, so we've got the loose denim as well. This is like if you're not quite ready for the baggy.
Okay.
You're going to go into a loose fit. So it is also still roomy and has this sort of comfortability factor, but it's a little bit more tapered at the leg, so it gives you the opportunity to cuff it. So we're going to bring Pendulo out to show us what it looks like on him.
Ooh, I like
As
the
you
head
can
with the
see,
jacket.
we've cuffed these ones a little bit, so you can see that it's a bit more tapered on the leg. It also has a little bit of stretch, which adds to that comfortability. And again, pairing it back to sneakers, giving a little cool edge with the leather jacket and a t-shirt. Yeah, he's
I
ready
love that.
He's
Ready for your
a
day.
weekend with the guys.
Very, very cool.
fam.
Not before he's wrapped up his last meeting for the week. No, I love that. And I also like the introductions of the leather, as you beautifully doing. That just complements the darker denim for me especially. It just works. Absolutely beautiful. And there's room enough for more than one in there. I like it. No, I really do love the slightly more structured take on the looser fits. It allows you to be a bit more fashionable and have a little bit more
you
fun.
can tap into the baggy trend without going full on, you know.
I like that. And we can transition in. What's next?
Okay, next we've got the regular fit. So I just want to pull the loose up next to the regular because you can see the difference in the crotch and how more drop this is than this. So it's almost like, okay, now we've moved away from the baggy and gone to a regular. This isn't a new fit by any means, but I think it needs a shout out because it's come out in so many great washes and treatments. And again, this is a lot more tapered. The straight leg obviously is full on straight, where this has a bit more shape. So you can also cuff these. Also some stretch, comfortability.
They've got a beautiful fade on these denims. The treatment is just gorgeous.
And all in the right places. I feel like it's a vibe.
Do you need to ever wash these? Or honestly, how do you take care of your jeans? How often should you be washing them?
So denim, you don't have to wash after every wear. You can also find some really great denim refresher sprays, which are great because you obviously don't want to wash them too much for them to sort of lose that worn-in feel, you know?
And look, they are durable, so you'll get a lot of wear out of them.
I think after every, like, third wear, you can pop it in the wash.
Okay, I like it.
Cool.
Take them back from your girlfriend and put them in the wash. Let's get someone else in here. These are looking so
Michael
good.
In the regular fit.
Beautiful.
So as you can see, a lot more slimmer on the leg compared to the other two. What I love about this particular pair is that it doesn't have any hectic treatment or bleaching or wash to it.
It's clean.
So it's such a great thing to take to the office. Casual Fridays, you know, anything that doesn't have too much of a bleach to it, I feel can be tapping into a bit more formal way of wearing.
Oh, very much so. And I agree with you 100%. The darker colour just lends itself to a dress-up, a nice jacket,
100%.
something just lifts
100%.
and it pops with the beautiful brand new white sneakers
as
well.
Yes, it's giving the sneaker its time to shine. And obviously, again, we've paired it back to the sneaker with a little bit of a waffle tee and a really great cool jacket, bit of a commuter vibe.
Yeah, and the little bags you've snuck in there are quite cute as well.
For the men on the move.
Exactly, man, because it is a Friday and we're going to be moving today.
Exactly.
Absolutely beautiful. Thank you so much, gents. If they don't look quite as good on you as they do on these three gorgeous individuals, don't take it too seriously. They are like unbelievably good male models. No, thank you, boys. You guys make this look amazing. And I love the fact that we've got accessibility in the style as well.
100%. You got to fit these on to find out what your fit is. That's the trick.
And then you might end up leaving with more than one style because we are complex creatures, but have a little bit of fun with it as well. And what I've liked about getting into my oversized era again, I'm making slightly different fashion choices again. I'm a bit younger in the way that I see myself.
You're like reigniting your style a little
Completely,
bit.
and I'm enjoying getting dressed. And I know I'm surrounded... Completely, and it should have some emotional investment. And if that for you means putting on a white vest and some baggy jeans, it's okay, you can do it. Now, we love the range, the accessibility, the quality is off the charts. And yes, there are some nice deals thrown in the mix there, so you can meet the most wanted denim styles of the season, sustainably made and built to last. And you can shop these amazing looks and more at Woolworths, and that's in-store, online, or on the app, but I suggest going in-store and trying them on. And plus, you get 20% off selected women's fashion, footwear and accessories when shopping online up until Sunday, the 10th of August. This offer is only available online, so jump on it right now. And T's and C's apply. Taryn, you're an absolute legend.
Thanks, Graham.
Want my jeans back.
Now, we all know that Graham wears a lot of hats, from presenter to dad, husband, and even school run driver. But even he needs a moment to dip out and, of course, recharge. So where did he go for his dip out Omar moment this week? Well, let's find out. I've been told it's got some puppies that might just make an appearance. Cheers.
You can see how my mood has lifted. Why? Because I'm thinking about my beautiful pups right now.
If you watch the show Expresso, you will know that from the moment the show starts to the time it ends, the energy is very consistent with Graham. Right after the show, you can expect to find the same man that you see in front of camera. Very energetic.
Graham is a ball of energy from the beginning to the end. He is just
as energetic and full of life as he is in the beginning of the show and throughout the show. It's crazy.
And that's why we'll keep the feel-good vibes pumping. Have an amazing day. Whew, and that is a wrap on another full throttle morning on Expresso. But of course, the day is only getting started. Oh man, tough to leave. Goodbye, gang. Enjoy, enjoy, enjoy. Have an awesome day.
Being productive is a very big part of our daily lives. So I would say you have to carve out the time, like even if it's 10 minutes, 15 minutes, just doing something that you love and that makes you feel grounded, or just having a cup of coffee and a rusk.
There we go. Good boy. Good girl. Oh, this is my reward after surviving a crazy morning, all the errands, the emails, the live TV. This is what I give myself. A moment to pause, a beautiful walk through the forest, definitely my favorite cup of coffee, and an Omar rusk, and of course the best company in the world. When my family was away recently, and it's just me and the pups, they are my emotional support animals and I desperately need them. But I took the time to really connect with them and almost treat them like sentient beings and think, okay, what do they need from me? How are they different? Just take the time to really do a deep dive, and it was the most enriching, beautiful thing. And I feel like our relationship has like mushroomed as a result. For me, it's absolutely essential to get green energy. That's what my son calls it, to get into nature, to connect, to be grounded. I'd be barefoot if it wasn't as cold. So if I can put the brakes on, I can just step outside of that hustle and bustle. I love it, even though the dogs are creating a little hustle and bustle for themselves. But that's what they need. They need to get out. They need the energy as well and time around me, so we're all winning. Oh. Oh, really good. I'm a simple guy with simple pleasures, and for me, being able to dip out with an Omar in a flask in a forest, I would take that above a high tea at a 5-star hotel or restaurant any day. I absolutely love these kind of simple pleasures, and the joy is I can carry my box of rusks and my glass of coffee wherever I go. Even with the hustle and bustle of the city around us, here in the forest, it's still, let's be honest, a forest doesn't rush. And maybe that's just the reminder that I need. You've got to take a breath. You've got to pause, maybe just enjoy a coffee and a rusk, but most importantly, get 15 minutes, 10 minutes out of the hustle and bustle so you can reconnect. I love it.
Dip out with Omar this winter. Tasty, filling, and oh so satisfying. The ultimate winter snack.
Oh,
I love them. I love them. I want them.
I love them so much. That was just the reset that I needed for my day. Thank you so much. Oh, I just want to get home to my puppies. That is how you take a pause that actually powers you up again. I mean, we were talking now about how much those dogs mean to me. My emotional support system, Leo in particular. You can see with his little white face now, he's in that stage of life where I'm just appreciating every second I can with him. So I'm going to be dipping out a lot with those pups.
Leo.
That was, oh, he is just so
deserve
gorgeous,
that.
man. I love you, dogs.
Okay, one day you gotta bring them here and they can be our on-set dogs too.
I did bring them in. The first thing Leo did was weed on the carpet here, just to let everybody know who's
This is
boss.
his
Okay,
space,
that's
all right.
sausage dog energy right there.
That's beautiful. All right, so let's get into the competition moment that we have for you, Expresso fam. It's so exciting, whether it's just 5 minutes that you need a little bit of a dip out moment or a full-on day, we definitely need to have a break every now and then. And dipping out is always worth it. So don't forget that you could, in fact, win something big. 2,000 Rand cash and an Omar hamper just by telling us this one thing. How do you dip out of the club? Tell us your exit strategy on social media using the hashtag #DipOutWithOmar. And of course, entries do close this coming Monday, the 11th of August. So don't ghost this moment like you might your friends. T's and C's apply. And all you need to do is head over to expressoshow.com.
Is ninja bombing still a thing?
It is. That's usually what you do. Silently just...
Yeah, it's the universal truth, man. You just ninja bomb your way.
When was the last time you were
I
in
was
a
going to
club?
ask you, when was the last time you were in a club, girl?
You might have been
Probably
in a club
last
before.
night, yeah, exactly. It's a safe place, don't worry. And yes, we continue to make this feel kind of like a club. We have been introduced to the most amazing young artists, and we've got another one joining the list right now for an unforgettable party-starting performance.
It really is, though. That sound check got me feeling like I'm in a club for real. And then we've got to touch on the Skinnerland in entertainment world. Candice Manuel's still around, and she'll tell us about some local news, some international news to get us going for the weekend. Some great talking points, too. Is it my turn? Can I dip now? Thank you.
Hop cross bun. Oh, nice.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
It's true, it is your feel-good breakfast show. It is Expresso on S3. Now it's time to enter into Skinnerville. Coming in hot with the latest in entertainment news. In Zanzi, we've got an incredible individual that's still on our couch this morning, a trailblazing South African plus-size model and body positivity advocate. Of course, it's Candice Manuel. And now we know that Candice has spent years redefining beauty standards and inspiring confidence. But today, she's here to weigh in on the hottest in entertainment headlines, local and international. And then we have Graham Richards. Thank you, everybody. Give it a round of applause. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for being here.
No, I'm used to it sitting on the couch next to it. It's fine now. It's fine. It's actually, but now the one rule, we're not nice now, hey?
Especially with this first story.
It's hectic.
It's got,
Gosh,
what do people say? May Boris's bottom.
Okay.
It makes me a bit angry. Okay. The Open Chats podcast. This is something that everybody's been talking about recently. A widely followed South African entertainment show, currently embroiled in a bit of controversy. A lot lot of controversy after a recent episode featured very offensive remarks about the coloured community in particular. It's a viral clip. You've seen it everywhere: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. The host made derogatory comments, including claims that coloured siblings chow each other, which, of course,
that's a quote, hey?
It's a quote. It's a quote. It's not me. They're basically insinuating incest happens and generalizations about coloured people being, quote, crazy based on personal dating experience. Now, the backlash was absolutely swift and widespread. Social media was set alight. People were saying, cancel them!
Yeah.
Cancel them. I'm so curious about your take on that.
If there's one thing, as a coloured woman myself, I feel like there's always this thing where they say coloured people don't stick together, but they stood up and we
As a
really
unit.
like stuck together.
Yeah.
There is some consequences though. I mean, I've seen that the biggest channel, I would say, has also pulled out.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where if you have such a broad platform, you need to just use it correctly. I mean, they have such a huge voice and such a good following. Why go and make something
even
stupid
in jest,
remarks?
it's not funny.
Therein lies the issue.
Yeah.
We're talking about a podcast. And people have kind of linked into this. And I'm not saying this as a traditionalist from TV land, but it is an ungoverned platform that has absolute, it's the internet. That's it. That's the baseline of safety and security. So it's not controlled and it's not safe. So it relies on personal regulation in those spaces, which makes it amazing when you can go deeper and you can get into that deep, rich personal story. But it's not just you sitting with your mates without a camera watching you. And that's the danger.
Exactly. Got to be responsible.
So let's just reaffirm that rule. If I'm white, I can talk about myself and white people.
Period.
If I am coloured, I can talk about myself and coloured people. Let's keep it there. I mean, have we not learnt in this country that there is a line? And we love poking fun at ourselves, and we're the first to do that, which is great. Still does not give us the right to do that with each other. We're not there.
It was so reckless. It was so
there.
dangerous. Definitely, besides the anger people felt, kind of insinuated that we haven't even gone that far, because this is the youth. This is Gen Zs talking and having a conversation very carelessly, mentioning these things that are so racist and so harmful towards a small community within South Africa. And I think that community in particular, my community, has been fighting for representation for a long time.
Exactly.
And for this to happen, so they did come back and they put out a statement and they apologized and said, oh, we're going to come back with a follow-up episode. And then in the follow-up episode, they said, y'all are too sensitive.
Yeah.
I
saw that.
I mean, you can say that to your
We were
best
just
mate.
joking.
Yeah, when you made a joke about him looking chunky in his new jeans. Like, that's the line there.
Right.
We've got to learn. And look, I cross these lines as well. There is something about privilege that you don't... It takes a long time to fully grasp and understand, and we earn the right to be able to joke with each other and cross those lines.
Exactly.
But that's based on a very rich shared relationship and earning that right.
Absolutely.
And not publicly, I suppose.
Not on the platform.
Man,
if you have a platform, be responsible with it. I don't know how I feel about cancel culture. I do feel like there's space for redemption, but then you have to show remorse.
Well, just take
you have to
ownership,
apologize. You have to take accountability at the end of the day. And it doesn't seem like they have. So we'll see where this goes forward. I know Gayton McKenzie had his say, and a couple of leaders in South Africa have also completely condemned this. So we'll see where it goes.
What are we going to do? There's only 899 billion other podcasts to watch. I don't know how we're going to get through the day.
Stop selling podcast equipment. Let's start there.
Oh my goodness, be responsible with your mics, okay? It is a privilege to have one. All right, let's move on from that story. We'll keep you updated with all things to do with the development of it. But a hero in the space of sports, Tatiana Smith, please, South African Olympic champion, formerly known as Tatiana Schumacher. Of course, Smith now marked the first anniversary of her retirement from competitive swimming with a heartfelt Instagram post, and we love to see it. She was basically reflecting on her journey. She's only 28 years old, and she won gold, of course, in the 100-meter and silver in the 200-meter breaststroke, and that was last year at the Paris Olympics. And she shared that stepping away from the sport still feels so surreal to her, describing swimming as more than a pursuit of medals. It was just a transformative experience that taught her discipline, humility, and resilience. Which, I mean, if you are an athlete of that standard, that's what it's about.
Yeah, I definitely admire her for that. It's something that I touched on a bit earlier as well. I admire the fact that she left without being the athlete that left because she's got injuries or things like that. She's stepping aside because she's saying, I've accomplished everything that I've wanted to within this space. It's now time for me to commit myself as a wife and within a family, which is something I think that as a woman you need to actually take control of, because the world could swallow you where you just focused on trying to prove yourself all the time. And she sat back and said, like, I've done this.
I've done it.
Yeah.
And we put it all on their shoulders.
Yeah.
As soon as anyone is in the Olympic swimming pool, they are carrying the hopes and dreams of every South African child, and it becomes a thing. She was working, the amount of time she spent swimming in the pool. It's just crazy. It's required a level of dedication that I think few people can fully wrap their head around. She is so young still, which is mind-blowing. But we were on a trip shortly after she had made that, and I could see how much she was grappling with that decision. But she's still the best in the world. Literally, you know, she's an Olympic champion. So, but we love you, Chacha, and she is the most humble human being on the planet.
And we definitely see you as an example. So we'll never forget the legacy that you have put out there in the world of women's sports, but just being a woman in general and a boss babe. Speaking about boss babes, let's get into an incredible performance to wrap up this entertainment news.
Hey guys, I'm Erin, and this is Amy. We're the founders of Pretty Loud, and this is a little song we wrote. It's called Pretty Loud.
Think back to 17. I would have killed to be in a room filled with music and girls just like me, with a glittery pink guitar and the world at my feet. I wanna step out on that stage with light shining down on me.
If I learn one thing, I tell you two things. One, don't keep quiet. Two, don't be scared, 'cause
I don't care about pretty. I just wanna get pretty, pretty loud. I don't care about pretty. I just wanna get pretty, pretty loud. Wanna get loud. Wanna get loud. Wanna get loud. Wanna get pretty, pretty loud.
slumber party fun, leave our egos at the door. We playing studio, and who could have asked for more? And if I learn one thing, I'd tell you two things. One, don't keep quiet. Two, don't be scared, 'cause
I don't care about pretty. I just wanna get pretty, pretty loud. I don't care about pretty. I just wanna get pretty, pretty loud. Wanna get 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 loud. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It is Expresso on S3, and we are smiling from ear to ear because we've had a phenomenal show today.
It's been amazing, and it could get even better. Maybe not for us, but for you. Well, we can also enter, but Powerball and Powerball Plus is ready for you today. 41 million rand in that estimated jackpot this Friday, so please play your Powerball for an estimated 5 million rand. Then Powerball Plus is a biggie, 36 million rand today.
Oh, that's so many millions. Please let it get into your pockets. You're wondering, how do I get myself some tickets? Well, you buy them now in store. You head to the website, nationallottery.co.za. There is the mobile app, cell phone banking, or just simply dial *120 *7529# for USSD.
I had to remember that earlier, and I actually remembered it. I've only said it 3,992 times, but we get ahead of ourselves thinking of the money. So before you get ahead of yourself, go to the Expresso social media pages. You can check out all of those details and then push or play your Powerball Plus for 41 million rand in total estimated jackpots today. So something's hit. So we put it to our viewers this morning that the stereotypes around women, how can we shatter those? And what are some of those that stick, that do us harm? This notion that women are gatekeepers.
Yes.
That once a woman has achieved success, she won't open that door or clear space. Yeah, exactly. And I think a lot of that is a very much male-driven narrative when it comes to mentorship. But on the show today, we have seen a musical hub, a collective, a collaborative energy that is changing that completely. And they're doing it pretty loud.
As they should.
Exactly.
Aaron and Amy are doing incredible work with Pretty Loud. Get in touch with them and see how you can also do what you need to do in the music world. Virtually, they're doing stuff, and also right here in the Mother City. And just to give you a taste of the goodness that they have on offering, here's Sophia Frank with an incredible performance to take us into Friday.
My name is Sophia Frank, and I'm with Pretty Loud, and this is my song, Overrated. And you have to dance. Okay. My friends are in the back with my ex saying hi. My crushes hang on everybody's lips except mine. It's ironic how they're forcing everyone to have fun. I wanna leave without saying goodbye, but apparently that's wrong. You have met me and you just reintroduced yourself. It's just whatever, don't say sorry, just do better, baby. You think you can make me cry? I'm the apathetic, so aesthetic, avoidant. Sugar-coated your whole life. I think it's pathetic, I don't get it. Think I might die. No one really cares about my family. You are overrated. Now he brags about the girls and the fun. Big energy, he's probably as big as my thumb. Now they're laughing at his jokes, cause he's such a big man with his Pink Floyd t-shirt. Oh no, cause you have met me and you just reintroduced yourself. You think you run this town, but the only thing you run is your little mouth. You think you can make me cry? I'm the apathetic, so aesthetic, avoidant. Sugar-coated, your whole life. I think it's pathetic, I don't get it. I die. No one will ever my bed. Alright, I do mine. I really love to stay, but it's like complicated. I think you're overrated.
Yes,
goodness.
Let's go, baby. That was incredible. Women's Month, Women's Day happening tomorrow, and we wish you the most incredible Women's Day. This was a send-off of note.
Can I join the team?
Yes,
I need to join the team. Can I get a t-shirt, please?
Well done, girlies. And we are living, let me tell you right now, pretty loud today and every single day. Enjoy your Women's Day.
Have an amazing day. We love you. Well done.
Another feel-good production.